Oh, oh. I think I got it working, y'all. There's my phone going off. Yep, I think I got it working. My camera looks absolutely terrible. Let me see if I can adjust that. Yeah, whatever my default is. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, I think we got something going on, finally. Now we play the waiting game. Oh snap, I'm seeing people. Hey, happy birthday to me. And all my stuff's going insane right now. Yeah, I've been working all day. It's terrible. So how everybody doing? I am very chocolatey. Unfortunately. Hey, thank you, Marco. Happy birthday to me. I feel vain. I feel very vain because like it's really weird because like I was at work all day and I just like did not care about my birthday at all. So when I started to first of all, can everybody hear me? Can you know what? I appreciate you. DJ Khaled, Marco, I appreciate you. You the realest. Okay. Shout out to the dude in the comment section named Zach. The dude goofy and need help. He need help. So I guess this is the part where we just start asking me questions and junk. I like questions, and they don't necessarily have to be about, you know, Toku stuff. We can talk about whatever. Fun fact. First of all, I want to thank everybody because I got 500 subscribers now, so that's dope. And I couldn't have did that without y'all, so thank you. I also want to say that I finally broke down and got Injustice 2 and Tekken 7. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have PlayStations at all, but if you do have a PlayStation 4, I will be doing I'll be doing stuff like that. Will I be doing a collab with Henshin Post? Only time will tell. Maybe because speaking of Henshin Post, go buy his shirt. His shirt's dope. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, go buy it. Fanboy, buy it. Go buy his shirt. Thoughts on XH True Ending? I'm on the fences about it because we don't get the true ending unless somebody takes a trip to Japan with me to go see it. Who's better, Emu or Lucky? I like Emu more. Lucky's very charismatic, but I love Emu because he's like, it feels like every time he like tries to be happy and go lucky, life just kind of kicks him. And I like watching characters mature. My favorite Kamen Rider is Double. Believe it or not, that's why I'm doing all of his content in June. So, do I have Guilty Gear or Ultimate Wars Capcom 3? I do not. I do not have either of those, but I am super excited about Super Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and I don't really care about the Ultimate Marvel games anymore. Those games are kind of too combo oriented, and they feel like too much like Mashers, the new Capcom stuff. So I'd rather just play like some of the other stuff. The new Spider-Man game is going to be ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And I am so ready for Monster Hunter. If anybody knows anything about me, my top 3 favorite games of all time are the Borderlands series, the Monster Hunter series, and Mega Man X. So seeing like us finally getting like a big gen, not really a big gen, but like a console Monster Hunter finally, with the exception of like Frontiers that we don't get because we don't live in Japan. That's absolutely amazing. Yes, 100%. I will be part of that movie. On the speculation that I get to wear Virgil's jacket. If I get to be Virgil from the DMC series, I'm down to do it. Danielle, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know happy birthday. Feels weird. Out of the Go Rider members, who would you bring back? I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen Go Riders yet. I've been doing a lot of like crazy work. We just gonna call it work. Why not be Virgil Hawkins? Because everybody expects me to be Virgil Hawkins, but I can't grow up dreads. I'd be 24 years old. Pineapple Rider, I be 24 years old. I hope I don't get in trouble for this one. I'll play some music in the background because like a silent apartment isn't like my life now. So, what do you think of Xade's final form? It looks cool, but it looked cool, but it's not cool. If that makes sense. Like I like the fact that it's gold because I don't know when's the last time we got a really cool like gold form from Riders. We've seen all like full colored, one color like silver or like platinum. I thought Wizard looked great, and I thought that Kiwami looked great, but I don't know about all this gold. It looked kind of very iffy on me. 2008 Kamen Rider is soda themed. I have no idea. I've done zero to no research on it. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that at all. What would your stand be if you had a stand? For folks who don't know, that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. Be a cheater, and I want a mixture between my favorite characters. So I would want like a stand like Star Platinum, Sticky Fingers, and Soft and Wet all together. Who do you know? I think that's who do you now dislike the most in Xade? I mean, my favorite character is still Hero. I don't really have anybody I dislike. I like everybody to a certain degree. There's some, you could obviously say, oh, I hate Nico, but like every Rider series needs at least one useless girl, if that makes sense. Am I late? You're never late. You're right on time, Rico. You're right on time. Taurus pulls off gold the best. Facts. But I did like Lupin's. Was it Comrade Lupin? I think it was Lupin from the Drive movie. He had a really cool top hat, and I like that. He looks like all the Chrome giveaway Mega Toys. That's facts. That's facts. Oh, man, I'm out. Call me later when you're done. Happy birthday. I appreciate that. Eternal or Skull? Skull because his transformation is way cooler. He takes his hat off, transforms, throws it back on. Although it may be simple, that speaks volumes about a character. If anybody knows anything about me, I love when you talk about like symbolism. I love symbolism and stuff because before I got into this, I wanted to go to school to be a literature teacher, English literature teacher. So I read a lot of the big books like Paradise Lost and Count of Monte Cristo and stuff like that. So I really love kind of picking up books and stuff out of that. Which is better, Round Zero or Elements? Elements, because I'm a fanboy for the Rider chips. It's but pronounced Lupin. You know what? I don't care how it's pronounced. Y'all knew who I was talking about. Oh man, my man Jenga dropping the fire. Hey, shout out to my man Jenga. He's my audio editor. He does all my music. He usually just like does kind of like his own kind of thing in terms of music, and he's actually gonna start doing some Kamen Rider stuff for me. So he's gonna start doing remixes and stuff. So if you guys saw my Xade video where I did the Exception, he did the remix to that song in the back, and it should be on SoundCloud. So if you guys make it to the end of my videos, definitely go check out some of his stuff. Have I watched Cho Superhero Tyson? Not yet. A Lambo and I have something in common. It's a Pineapple Rapper, not a Pineapple Rapper. Pineapple Rider, is it your birthday? Because if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you too. Also, I mean, Rico, I already knew he was dickhead. You came in the chat screaming you was dickhead. I knew that. Like I said, I ain't got a whole lot going on here. I'm just ready to get blasted with just like questions. I mean, I want to know what everybody thinks about this. I am in the foreseeable future going to do I'm shooting towards the end of the month, but it may be just like in the start of July on a random Saturday night. Me and a couple of friends I have here in town, we're gonna get together and we're gonna live stream some some fight stuff. So we're gonna do a lot of Tekken 7 stuff and a lot of Injustice 2 stuff. But here's the thing: I want to play that game with you guys. That is something that I want to do, and you guys let me know if that's something you want to do. We'll do it. We should go outside because I brought you some for your birthday. You know what? I'll do that. I gotta go get a cup of coffee anyway, so I'll be right back. Blasted with alcohol. Who's my favorite Dark Rider? I have 3. I have Ryuga, Kokusai. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Kokusai, Kokus. Pretty much the guy from Godspeed Love movie. And he's on the tip of my tongue. Eternal, because I'm a double fanboy. Would you bring any old Toku actors back? Absolutely. If I could, I would do it. I felt like because I like Super Sentai too, so I feel like Gokai just did something that Decade should have like played more on, but they didn't. Like they should have brought back so many older cats to do stuff in that series, and it was really cool how like when they introduced some of the older folks in that series, they automatically transformed to like their final form. So they could have probably played around with that a lot more. So I know it's late. We're dropping by to say happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Toby-san. My favorite female writer that hasn't died. Kamen Rider Nerd. I mean, is there any that hasn't died? Is that a trick question? I mean, I like them. Like Tackle doesn't count as a writer, but I like her. Your thoughts on the Gord Drive? I have no idea about it, honestly. Kokasis. Okay, see, that's why I love my man Rico, aka Dickhead. He's the manager on my Discord. Check out my Discord. I'll probably put it in the description box later, or you can just pull it up on Twitter. He keeps me up on game. He keeps me labeled. He keeps me straight. He is a beetle. Thanks again, Marco. I appreciate that. Appreciate the happy birthday. Kivala, I like her. I do like her. True Hellfire Gamer, appreciate the love. Best writer waifu. Oh man, I was in love with man, who was she? Man, it's too many. Like, I don't say it's too many. Like, I was a huge fan of. Man, it's hard. That's hard. That's hard. That's really hard. Damn, I really gotta. Man, you had me really thinking about this, and I don't appreciate that. You know what? I'll have to come back to you on that one. I gotta really meditate on that one, Kamen Rider Nerd. I really got to. Would you rather have Gokaiger v Cinema that explains Akare's origin or a sequel to Gokaiger that will not have the OG cast? If it's not the OG cast, I don't want to see it. So give me Akare. Hell, give me a whole Aka team. But when can we get Aka? But like, if would it be Owl Blue and Keto Yellow and it would be Momo Pink and then it would be Midori Green, right? Have you seen Go Rider? I have not seen Go Rider, unfortunately. There's a good girl. So I like Poppy and I do like Natsumi, but they're not my favorite. Just subscribe. Appreciate the love, Kamen Rider Nerd. Henshin Pulse. What you mean, though? What you mean, though? What you mean? What you mean? Not gonna lie to you. I've been on Henshin Pulse and stuff for a while now because I want to start doing some Super Sentai stuff. And I really want to start doing some Super Sentai stuff. So yeah, if the Crave Yao Power Ranger Super Sentai stuff, go to Henshin Pulse. And then when we make a mixtape, because we're gonna make a mixtape, me and Henshin Pulse are working on a mixtape right now. We're doing this. It's gonna be like Drake and Future, but I get to be Future. He and Henshin Pulse gonna do the singing. Why won't we get Juoja? Because Juoja didn't do good. And they ruined a perfect character named Juo the World. Why is Imu always getting abused? Because he has Stockholm Syndrome. Juoja revealed that it would be blue, green, woo doo doo. I mean, I saw that too, but like, we all know how correct that should be. Sup, fam? Punk Rider was good. Toby-san said, what are your thoughts on Chronicle and Chronos? The fact that it's possible for anyone to become him once they beat the game. So, okay, so and if Marco, if you're still here, since I know you're like bigger in the games than I am because you've been keeping up with E3 and whatnot, and I've been checking out some of your stuff on it. I want to say that like one thing I do like is that Chronicle in and of itself as content wise is absolutely fantastic to me. Although it's like really dumb though, like not really dumb, but like it's a joke. The joke of the whole game is if you die in the game, you die for real. It's funny to see that, and I like that. But the fact that anybody becomes Chronos kind of makes it like this. It's like this big marketing thing. Like Kamen Rider Chronicle is treated like they really like treat it like an actual game that they're trying to sell. Like Kamen Rider Chronicle was at 2017's E3, and somebody was like, "This is coming out, and you better get ready for it because it's gonna blow your mind." And they're like, "Screw the VR system. This is what we're doing," and it feels like that even in the show. And you guys can. This is just how I feel about it. You could totally disagree with me if you guys don't kind of feel like it. But I love Chronicle as like a setup because, like I said, it feels like a game. And like when I finish watching the show sometimes, and sometimes I do research on Chronicle just to kind of make sure I know what I'm talking about. When I have this discussion with other people, I go, well, damn, Chronicle should have been in E3. I felt like that's supposed to have been one of the new Nintendo Switch games or something. So the fact that anybody can become Chronos kind of, like I said, goes back to whole, this allows you to kind of really work with the game, but it's set to be unfair. So Kamen Rider Chronicle is like Mega Man X meets Dark Souls, if that makes sense. It's stupid hard, but when you get stuff, you get good benefits from it, which is like the riders and stuff like that. So like when you start off, you're a nobody, pretty much with like just one regular weapon, but you can fight the other riders who are way higher than you in terms of level. So it's going to take a whole lot of skill to beat them, but you only get like this one shot and then you're gone. And then after that, you know, Chronos is just an amazing character. Like I've been doing research on Chronos now, and I've been just kind of doing a couple stuff. I actually was supposed to put out a video, like when I was doing all my Kuga stuff. I was gonna kind of just drop a video going, well, you know, I just dropped the video that week. If you guys remember, I dropped that video saying that like Rising Ultimate was the strongest form Kuga we've ever seen, and probably the strongest rider that we have up to date. Then Chronos came out that same week, and I was like, well, let me get my giant Kuga foot up my mouth because I was terribly wrong. Like, he stops time, so he's faster. He's the fastest rider that we have thus far. Faster than the guys with the clock up system too, because they can move faster than the speed of light when the clock up system activates. He just stops time, so he can stop that. So I hope that answered your question and I wasn't just rambling. So if I did ramble, I apologize, but I hope I answered it for you. Anyone to become must be like that. They mentioned Al Blue and Aka Red, and it's actually Aka Blue because you know it's a joke. They can do that kind of stuff. Do you think there will ever be a Super Sentai versus Kamen Rider episode soon? Not a team up, but a grudge match between the two. Like, no, they got to do movies because movies allow them to do some more kind of crazier stuff, and you know they can kind of put more money into it. Prime example, if we didn't have the movies, we wouldn't have an excuse to put the Amazons in there. From the more mature Amazon Plus show, not Amazon Plus, Amazon Prime show, you know, with Alpha and Omega and Neo and all of those guys. If you could be an XA rider, would you be XA, Brave, Sniper, Laser? I would be Brave because Brave's my favorite character, and as you guys can tell, Lambo Calrissian's channel faces are pretty much just all of Brave's forms. So. You walk in a Hot Topic and you see Nico Nice's cashier. Her Kamen Rider shirt is on the ground. She wants you to give it to her. Would you steal it and become a writer player or give it to her? Give it to her because I like my life more than I think about being a Kamen Rider. Well, I'll be a writer and I know I can risk my life, but like that seems unfair. Can somebody at least like give me a fighting chance or something? I'm wondering how a Q Ranger and a Jewel Ranger crossover would work. They shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. They should just keep with the space, guys. Keep it with the space. Kind of intertwine it a little more, makes it go with there. My personal, in my honest opinion, I think that they did. They kind of played their hand too fast with the Juoja Gokaiger crossover. In all honesty, I would have waited until they got here because they would have made more sense to. Because the Q Thomas could have been the treasures that the Gokaiger's looking for, and then some weird intercrossing thing from there. You're gonna get Dragon Ball Z Fighters by Rico. Does a hog love slop, Rico? The answer is yes. Then again, the Tyson movies reveal that the name of the records is still not canon. Yeah, I'm dropping these facts up in here. Just join. Happy birthday. Appreciate that, Jared. Chronicles at E3. I feel like Kamen Rider Chronicles at E3, man. It was right behind the remake for Shadow of Colossus. Yes. Do you plan on doing videos on stuff other than Toku? I do want to do stuff on it, but like I don't know what to do. Like, what do you want me to talk about? Like, if I do video games, I'm gonna automatically start with my favorite video games first. So I'm gonna do like an entire Monster Hunter series. I would do like, hey, my top five. I don't want to do top five stuff, but I may have to do top five stuff, or like great weapons or great gear to start with. I was thinking that we should have a roguelike game based on Kamen Rider Chronicle arc. Yeah, hey, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. It says also another reason why I like Brave is satanic magic, and I get to be a writer. Yoshiaki. Is that Falchion? I apologize if I butchered that, but Falchion said, "Howdy, happy birthday!" I appreciate that. Thank you so much. IB 24. So, I wanted to. Oh man, my phone is going insane right now, kids. Hold on. I'm getting more happy birthday stuff. By the way, I got a Galaxy S7. So family members sending me birthday cards and junk. So I apologize. Aw, thanks. Okay. Satan appears. I got the dual shot beta myself, so Chronicle is gonna get paid mods with Visita creation. Oh man, that would be amazing. So what are your thoughts on the Protogo shots? Like, how do they have unlimited power? Well, I feel like the reason why they have them is because they have no strong power source, and if they were introduced in a movie, you kind of do what you want to with them. I don't know a whole lot about the Protoga shots, but the Protoga shots for me sound like giant hard drives. Instead of having 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, they have like 12 terabytes of information in it, and all the people who die turn into data, and it can just kind of sit in there. And maybe they use that data for power. So I don't know a whole lot, so I apologize. Rare Crimson said, "Happy birthday!" Thanks, man. If you were to do this, would you guess talk about rider forms and weapons? If you were to do this, what? Hold on, I think I missed some. Did I miss some somewhere? And it says, if you were to do this, would you get guests to talk about rider forms and weapons? To get a different opinion on the table. Just asking. Punk Rider, these are good questions, man. Yeah, absolutely. I got a couple collab videos I'm working on. But those collab videos are really gonna be like discussion videos. It's not gonna be like me and somebody else explaining stuff. More along the lines of how we feel about maybe a character. How do we feel about a certain group of characters? How do we feel about a storyline? Stuff like that, like opinion wise and stuff like that. So happy birthday, Kamen Rider birthday for man. Thank you so much. I got the O's references. I got them too. What do you think Kamen Rider build would be like? I just hope he's not bad like Ghost. What's your favorite emoji in Deno? It is Deneb. Deneb was my favorite because I really liked just how doting he was over Yuto. And when I found out he was Jiraiya, I was like, yeah. No wonder I liked him. He's the same guy who does the voice of Deneb as the voice of Jiraiya in Naruto. I like Naruto. I like anime. A lot of anime. So, I see your avatar's Braves hair, but how is XA going so far in your opinion? I love it. I fell in love with it just as much as I did with Gaim, and it's like one of the two like top tier series in Neo Heisei, if you ask me. I'm guessing Snipe's final form is going to be Bang Bang Universe based on the space shooters. Maybe we might get like a what is it, Gradius? Is it Gradius type deal with it? The worst Kamen Rider series, in my opinion, is Ghost, and right behind that is when I say Ghost because it was bad in like design and story, but sometimes good ideas just get executed very poorly. Like Kiva, to me, Kamen Rider Kiva is an example of a series that got very bad. Like it had a great like outline and kind of like an idea, but they didn't do it as well as they should have. So there we go from there. Falchion Beta said, "Wait a minute, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's a Gradius. I think it's a Gladius. Gradius. It's a Gradius ship, right?" I can't help but think that they're going to maybe bring back Bang Bang Tank from Snape's side. There's also some sort of Tattle Fantasies sort of title fantasy, title legacy. You know what? I can see that. Like I said, I go back into a lot of like I said, it's like a lot of what's what I'm looking for, symbolism and stuff like that. And I always looked at title fantasy as a foreshadowing that eventually Hero was gonna, spoilers if nobody's caught up with it, Hero was gonna turn to like the dark side anyway, and it would take like Tattle Legacy to bring him back. In fact, in my Discord, I highly recommend you guys jump on that too. We had a video, not a video, but an audio discussion about how if you had to compare them to anything, it would be Tattle Legacy would be the final place to go to, and Hero was much more like Dante from Dante's Inferno, just kind of falling into the abyss. But the person who was guiding him wasn't Emu; it was Taiga. And Taiga was his Dante. Taiga was his Virgil, and it guided him into it. So not only did we make that Divine Comedy reference, we just made a Devil May Cry reference too, if you caught the names. Making y'all smarter through Kamen Rider. Random question: do you like JoJo? I absolutely love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It is my favorite, one of my favorite animes of all time. It rivals Fist of the North Star, in my opinion, in terms of how much I love it. My favorite JoJo's are Jotaro Kujo, because I'm one of those guys. Part 8, Josuke. And my favorite JoBro is Bruno Bucciolati from Part 5. Oh, Zawaldo. I love Zawaldo because I thought he was going to be amazing. Then he became a disappointment, so I don't like him. Do you accept our Lord and Savior Kamen Rider Gao? Unfortunately, I'm not a believer of Gao, so I'm sorry. Just like GT. Kiva, Tokusu Twilight, that's facts. I like the suits for the villains and ghosts like the mooks. Yeah, greatest is Yu-Gi-Oh card used by Duke Devlin in anime. Henshin Post, stop it. It's a greatest ship. If you die and you became an orphanage, what orphanage would you be? I would be a lion orphanage. My favorite animals are lions or a peacock. A lion or a peacock orphanage. Which one do you think I should be? I've been streaming with her and I don't get so. You think one day we could stream together? I'm down. Are you stoked at Part 4's live adapt? I am. I'm a little on the fences of it though, because I've seen the reputation of anime movies, live action movies. So as it stands, not including JoJo, for big motion picture stuff, we've gotten 5. Lupin III, the 3 Rurouni Kenshin movies, and the Attack on Titan one. Of those 5, one of them has been bad. So we have an 80% chance that this movie is going to be good, but there's a 20% chance that movie is going to be bad. So that's what I'm kind of keeping everything off of. Are you think we're gonna? I got a question for you, Toby. Do you think we're gonna get some Part 5 shout out in that live action movie? Take a shot for every time Takeru died and came back. Look, man, I can't get drunk now. Okay, I had to stop drinking until next month. I took a break, just for health reasons. I wasn't really doing too hot, and I had to take some things where. Nasty, Rico, you nasty. But I had to. I was doing some medical stuff, and you can't have alcohol in your system when you do it, or it'll mess you up, and then you'll hear about Lambo in the hospital. Am I thinking that Stinger will die and be replaced by Ogami's Blue's brother? No, don't say those blasphemous words. I want Toku Sasuke to get his life together first, and then he'll be fine. Do you have Skullgirls? Henshin Posa do not have Skullgirls. You should just get Tekken 7. And if you don't want to get Tekken 7, I'll just buy you Tekken 7. 6 shots then. Zing. Hope so, like a cameo. I'm thinking it's going to be in the background of that movie. Like it's going to be playing on a TV in the background. Somehow they're going to have Red Hot Chili Pepper mess up like some of the like they may have a scene where like Josuke and damn, what is his name? Koichi going to walk by like a store with TVs in it. And they're gonna play like a clip of like, JoJo from Part 5 doing some pose, and then all of a sudden Red Hot Chili Pepper's gonna mess it up somehow. Do you have God Eater? Not anymore. Blast Blue. I had Blast Blue, and I had to turn that in because I wasn't good with it. Thoughts on Scorpio? My favorite writer from Gaim is Zangetsu, so immediately I was extremely biased when I saw his actor because I love his actor as well. Scorpio is exactly what like I knew he was gonna be. Scorpio, and if you guys know about Naruto, to me, he kind of reminds me of Madara or Obito. More like Obito. He's like the Obito of the Toku world in this series. Who is your waifu? Um. So William, I'm gonna need you to go a little deeper on that. Do you mean like in anything, like in and like an actual waifu, like an actual waifu, or like my real life waifu, or anime waifu, or toku waifu? You gotta specify that one because I got a lot. Don't buy me Tekken 7. I don't like 3D fighters. What? Oh, we gonna fight one day. One of these days, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna fuck you up. I love you. You my mans, but I'm gonna have to fuck you up one day. Do you play that? Yeah, I play some Tekken 7. I love me some Tekken 7. And I did play a lot of BlazBlue. I was a Hakumen Lychee playing dude. And I wanted to learn how to play Noel, but I didn't get a chance to. Ghost had potential. I'm really sad it wasn't done well because to me it looks pretty great. It's a shame. Yeah, man, trust me. Ghost was like one of those hot girls you meet and you talk to me like, oh my god, she's amazing. She likes everything I like. You know, she likes the same genre of stuff. Then you start talking to her and she says she likes Sword Art Online and like she only does this and this. And then you realize that she was just a disappointment. Favorite episode preview. Look, Special Form 12, I'm on your channel a lot. So it's really hard to pin it down, but I think if it had to be, it was always the one I would rewatch constantly was the one for Tattle Fantasy. Seeing the Tattle Fantasy episode preview. That was my personal favorite. I think it's weird that Kronos took the weakest get shot and put into a Bucks to Buckle and became the strongest writer in the series currently. It may be a little weird, but that's how you that's how you spin something. That's how you turn that's how like the whole theory of alchemy works. You were able to turn lead to gold. You were able to turn something out of nothing. And I think that's what that whole thing is, which goes back to the whole company thing. That's why not Dan, but what is the dad's name? Anyway, that's why he was so good at like being a company owner. Like he planned everything correctly and he was smooth with it. So he was able to turn this product that was nothing and turned it into this big corporation, aka Gencorp, which is a symbolism of how he could take just a regular old good shot that everybody has and turn it into Kamen Rider Kronos with it. Yep, and Joseph using a purple helmet looks like the stand is going for you. I would love that. I would love that a lot. Oh my god, the Lambo Calrissian knows who I am. Special Form 12, everybody knows who you are. Stop shooting this shit. You're a bad dude. I enjoy going to you when I don't know what I'm doing with my life when it turns to Kamen Rider. I go to your channel to make sure I'm up to date with stuff. What's my favorite Kamen Rider series? Double. Kamen Rider Double. It's my favorite series of all time, definitively. I don't care if you're right or wrong. If I had to describe my favorite Rider series in 4 words, it would be gay couple solving mysteries. And that show is amazing to me because that gave me like the best. To me, it was like some of the coolest character development. And it only happened between 2 people. So... anime or toku? So wait, Deno Sword Form is the first fruit themed writer. That's facts because he was Momotaro, so Peach Visor. I got you. I'm on that. Anime or toku? If it was anime, it would be Lisa from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 Battle Tendency. And if it was toku, it would probably be if it's some Super Sentai, it would be Luca from Gokaiger. Technically, I think it's Master Chronicle Cart Coronas has the master key of the system plus the Buggo drivers probably helps. It does help. And I don't know if it's the master key or not, but it's like one of those rare things you get in a video game. Turns out one of the rare devices looks like everything else. That's how you get it. I don't like sidestepping. Well, how are you supposed to dance if you don't know how to sidestep? The only fighting game that I was good at was Budokai 3. Okay. Oh, of course I know you are Special Forms. I'm still scrolling down right now. I can die like Takeru now. By the way, what are your thoughts? You're ending up getting stoked for the game created form. I don't know because, like I said, we're not gonna get the true story, the true ending until like later on this year, sometime next year. So I don't know how I feel about it. I'd rather just get it up front so I can be like, okay, cool, I can get over it. And then the movie gives us some extra stuff. So what Kamen Rider series was to you a meh? Decade. Like I like the concept, but it just didn't do enough that I'm not good at 3D fighters, but I don't play them. That's why you practice to get better. Practice makes perfect. I want a dragon themed Sentai. Go deeper on that. I want to know what your thought process is on that. Like, is there different kinds of dragons? Because all I know is there's two kinds of dragons, and it's just like European and Asian themed. Unless there's another type of dragon, I don't know what else we could do with that. Go deeper on that though. But then no one would get their previews. Yeah, don't die. I like you. Masmune. Just like my favorite dude from Sengoku Basara. Appreciate that. That is Dan's dad. Plus he waited years to build up an immunity to the virus and turned it. That is just like a company, man. You just lie and wait till it's time to strike. Tenkaichi 3. Didn't see Tenkaichi 3 up there, big fella. And I already sent you a tweet about Tenkaichi 3 and how everybody plays the same. What do you think that student actor who retired from what do you think of that? I don't know about that. I apologize. I cannot give you some info on that. What do you think Kirya said to Emu? Gore was right. I'm sorry, I've been reading a lot of Marvel comics. I read Original Sin over, so I apologize. I have an idea for that before. It is the Master Key, but he transforms to Chronos using the Bowvisors. Lie. Players were meant to transform into Chronos over time. The CEO jumped that steps and had to build immunity. Okay, that makes sense. The Asian ones, the Eastern one, and the Loch Ness. Wouldn't they be European still, though? Yeah, I do. I feel like we know way too much. Well, the reason we know unnecessarily large amounts because we really like this, and sometimes instead of going out and hanging out with our friends, we stay here and watch Toku stuff. Okay, I think that we have different dragon entities, both in real life mythology and in fiction. Okay, so maybe like a Shenron, like Shenron's a repetition of one, and then like one of the dragons like Aragon, such and such. I'm being awful with the dragon names right now, but something along those lines, I can see that. The question is, how would that Zord look though? That's the $1 million question. How about a mythical creature type Kamen Rider series? I'm down with that. I would watch that. I think a Kamen Rider mythical creature series would be pretty dope. What his name would it be like Kamen Rider Chimera? Because he could turn into a bunch. I'm calling it right there, Kamen Rider Chimera. That's a Lambo Calrissian original. If anybody wants to do fan art for it, let me know and send it to my Twitter. What did they say to Thor to make him unworthy? Did they reveal it? They sure did. Cyclone effect, first of all, 0. Okay, I didn't Thor got his hammer destroyed, or we're talking about him losing it in the first movie. Okay, kids, I'm finna pull out another magical ability. Not only do I know a lot about Toku, I know a lot about comic books. My favorite is DC, but I love Marvel as well. So to answer Henshin Pulse's question, wait, hold on. Beast is kind of a Chimera, but he hasn't had the title Kamen Rider Chimera. So his Beast may be a Chimera, but we can do something cooler than that. Or Kamen Rider Manticore. We can go with that too. Alchemy theme, quote unquote, was Wizard. So but the Thor hammer question. So in the book Original Sin, we found out that Nick Fury is this guy who was called himself the Man on the Moon or the Man on the Wall. So he was a guy who sat out in space in like this little small satellite that nobody knew about, and he would handle things on a cosmic level. Like he would handle a lot of cosmic level threats that nobody knew about. So one day the Watcher crashes to Earth with both of his eyes plucked out of his head. We find out that the Nick Fury that never aged and the Shield that ran Shield was a life model decoy. They go stop him because Nick Fury is doing some crazy stuff. So Nick Fury's so smart, he knows protocols how to beat everyone. So when he fights Thor on the blue side of the moon, he whispers to him something, and then we see Thor drops his hammer. Then Thor becomes unworthy, and then Jane Foster becomes Thor. If you know anything about the book, Thor God Butcher, there was a guy in there by the name of Gore. And Gore said that, it's the hubris of the gods that makes this like a terrible thing. It's all of your like evil ambitions. It's your hubris. It's these things that you're better than people that makes you awful people. So that's why Gore was on that was on that, like, for that most of that whole like story arc, he was just going on a killing spree, killing all the gods. And Thor the Unworthy was like the more recent book that came out, where we got Thor who's missing an arm. He has like the destroyer arm in place of it, and he fights with his Aki Armborn. It's revealed that in Original Sin, Nick Fury said Gore was right, and that brought into Thor's like up front of his self-conscious, like, hey, maybe we're not doing this. Like, every day I wake up and I feel like I'm never going to be worthy of this. And then he finds out, hey, if Gore was right, that was like the that was the tipping point. So now, bam, I can't become Thor anymore because I don't feel myself worthy enough. So Thor doesn't live in the moment like Jane Foster does, which is why she's worthy. Magi Rangers were using alchemy. My favorite E3 game. As it stands right now, I have 3 because I never have just one. Monster Hunter looks absolutely fantastic. Dragon Ball FighterZ looks amazing, and the third one would have to be the Shadow of Colossus remake. I didn't get to see some of the Nintendo stuff, but I heard that they killed it. Maybe an Alchemy Sentai. That was Magi Rangers. He was like, fuck. I'm like, you're never too late. I'm not getting off yet. Also, this is bullshit characters and Tenkaichi do play different. I watched DBZ League. No, I have not watched DBZ League because I was doing other stuff. I still love you though, Rico. What's up, chat? Or Lamb, happy birthday. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with both of those. What was my favorite Phantom? Yours was Bomb. Mine was Phoenix because I liked Phoenix character, but they could have did a lot more with Phoenix if you ask me. Phoenix was a guy that I liked, but they feel like he didn't have enough potential. Baha was the one who fights Haruto and Ito and used his fist and nearly wins. Magi Ranger was magic themed. However, you can argue alchemy stuff too in there, here and there. Magi Ranger is Harry Potter. Yo, that's kind of facts. Yep. Some characters are too ass for my. Yo, my man, you really like passionate about this Tenkaichi 3 though. You really heavy on this Tenkaichi 3. Calm down, sir. These are just jokes. I didn't know you worshiped that game. I apologize. Hey. Let my man be a nerd. If you like Harry Potter, that's his thing. Who would win in a fight between... Didn't they make a video of that already? And I don't know, honestly, because I don't know what Ultraman... I don't know, like, how Ultraman... Like, not how he gets his powers, but I don't know how Ultraman handles himself in that, so... You need to get thinking. Yeah, I heard that. 1993. That is the year I was born. That is facts. Or was 1993 for something completely different? What did Kiria whisper in Emu's ear? I already said it. Gore was right. Didn't they fight before Ultraman versus Ichigo? Yeah, they did. They did Ultraman because he's more used to giant fights. No. DBZ League is basically fantasy Tenkaichi 3. Okay. Dragon Sentai Ryu. Okay, Ryu Ranger. I thought it would be like Ryuja. No, it can't be Ryuja. I don't know. If Emily can run it. What is my favorite version of Ichigo? The ones from the movies. From the first and the last. There is an Ultraman meets Kamen Rider movie. They didn't fight, but Hongo does become huge. If I imported my Famicom, I could run it. Okay, I'll shut up about Tenkaichi 3. I know you love it, dog. I just like giving you a hard time about it. Die Ranger, Gridman, Power Rangers all came out in 1993. Like I said, I was birthed. Same time, big fella. Did they ever show who won, though? I don't think so. I think it was one of those things that was kind of like a standstill, or they didn't even really like do a whole lot in it. Speaking of, since we're talking about that, has anyone seen Cartoon Hangover's like mass spider videos? What's the earliest I can flee the country? Dog, you just gonna have to you're gonna have to just go ahead and get a job, big fella. You're just gonna have to just be a man. Be a man to take care of that baby. So out of curiosity, what is your thoughts on personas from Persona and the stands from JoJo? I feel like JoJo heavily influenced Persona, because Persona 3 and Persona 4 and Diamond is Unbreakable pretty much has the same damn story. No. So I'm subscribing to you. You should. That's right. 1993 was all the year Lambo was quoted unquote birthed. That is facts. I was birthed. It's canon. It is. I am part of the main Common Rider continuity. I appear just like my man, uh, Dogova Zeba, and Dogova Zeba. All right. Doing two streams at once is confusing. Well, you got to take your time, my man. Don't hurt yourself. Should I start making Toku videos? If you want to do it, follow your dreams. I was extremely scared when I first started doing it, but I've learned something that this community is very, very much so loving, and I like that. Like you guys are very supportive. Like when I slowed down because like something happened and I couldn't do a video this week, everybody was like, "Dude, we get it. Live your life," and I appreciate that. So if you do it and you just do it because you like Sentai, I mean not Sentai, but you like Toku stuff, do Toku stuff. My favorite Sentai Team Trouble Soul is Gokaijas. The show may not have been a super spectacular, but I love that team because they were so against the grain against the regulars. What was my favorite stand in JoJo? Mine is Tuscan Hermit Purple. I'm a huge fan of Star Platinum and Sticky Fingers, but I also like Soft and Wet as well. I was born 1990. Judanger. Yeah, that's what's up. Should I start making Toku videos? Marco, follow your dreams, baby. If you want to do it, do it. But I highly recommend that you don't. There's a dude you don't need to copy on the internet. He does everything that's wrong with like Toku movies. Don't copy my man. That's very disrespectful. You need to get big first, man. You know what? We'll make that happen. I'll get on random videos. I'm down to collab with anybody. I'm at this point in my life since I started doing this and I'm having fun doing it. I feel like Lil Wayne from his stint from 2007 to 2010. I'll jump on a collab with a lot of people. Hell, I haven't even started on the Digimon videos, I promise. I would watch the crap out of those Digimon videos. My favorite Digimon pretty much is... Damn, I don't even have a favorite Digimon. I love Digimon. Just it's really good. Hey, this is my birthday. We don't worry about Marcos being here. Marcos can be here, but it's about me today. Yeah. I was born. Also, events of so took place. Not sure if someone asked this, but what's my favorite Kamen Rider theme? Theme as in theme song? Because it's gonna be doubles. WX Boiled Extreme. Marco has been here for a bit. Marco, I love your content. Hey, you tell him on his own channel, baby. This is my day. Look at me be getting all upset. Red, Wyvern, Pseudo Dragon, Chinese Dragon, Ouroboros, Silva's Orochi. I like that. My favorite JoJo theme is Bloody Stream by Coda. Let's collab on a preview. So you just want me to just like talk over it? I will do that. I will be quote unquote mad niggerish about it too. Like, damn, look at him go. He getting his ass whooped. Damn, check that out. I like War Greymon. Who would win, Numamon or Alphamon? I'm gonna guess Alphamon because Alphamon's ridiculous. I promised to make a history of Digimon video. Oh, dude, you should do it. Just make sure you take your time, then. Take your time and just do it, man. Make sure it's like good content though. Which songs from the Kamen Rider series is your favorite? No, wait, which series had the best song? Tetrafang and everything out of Kiva was fantastic. We don't talk about Lil Wayne's rock album, Henshin Post. I let people talk about you during my own birthday stream. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm being an asshole. You right. You right. Magna Angemon was GOAT. He was GOAT. I think he could have beat Black War Greymon. His name is... All right, kids, give me 25 seconds. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. I'm going to go get myself a cup of coffee. Who's my favorite secondary writer? As of right now, it is Brave. It's a trap. All right, guys. It's time to what? Marcos versus special form of the movie. Quick, while he's not looking, let's hijack his stream. I'm like, yes, yeah. That song is so good. Both of them are. Even Fight for Justice. Oh, it's too hot and I regret that. Ugh. My tongue is screwed. That's hot. My bad, folks. What's my favorite Kamen Rider season? So if it's season, I would still say seasons. It would be series. And if it's series, it's double. Appreciate that. I do enjoy my mug. Speaking of which, since we have this, has anybody seen his teaser trailer? And let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 why it's 100. Mm-hmm. He's my second favorite superhero of all time. Number 1 belonging to Aquaman, believe it or not. Turn on some lights in here so I can actually see. Since it's getting so where I live right now, it gets super dark at like super late hours. So the sun stays out to about 10 here. So, you know, that's super bothersome and I don't like that. So I don't watch trailers. Why don't you watch trailers? It's just a teaser trailer, so it doesn't even spill a whole lot. You know, for a night theme Sentai Rangers based off RPG archetypes and European animals of legend. That might be pretty cool. Black Panther is badass, and I can't wait for that movie. Yes. Who is my favorite primary writer? It's Double. Favorite series, favorite writer. Love that dude to death. Who is the edgiest? And I like edgy characters. I'm an edgelord. When it comes to like Japanese content, I'm a huge edgelord. So the edgiest. I'm not even gonna say agey because that's obvious. If Engine Bulls doesn't watch trailers, he doesn't watch half of my channel's content. Fun fact, he doesn't even stay till the end of the episodes. He gets this information and he dips on your ass. He be like, yo, so I'll watch it. And then like as soon as you go, but if you like this video, I'm done. I'm beating feet. There's no reason. I'm here. I got what I need. He's like a really cool super agent who kind of just watches you and go, I got all the information I need. And then he beats feet. I don't know who the edgiest is. I would say Kaito. I would argue Kaito as of right now. When it be dudes, my OC Kamen Rider Edge is the edgiest writer. What's the difference between Super Sentai and Kamen Rider? Super Sentai is what happens when Cyborg 009 goes from 9 to 5. And Kamen Rider is what happens when Cyborg 009 goes from 9 to 1 and then to 3. Fun fact, Shoto Ishinomori made Cyborg 009, which gave him the influence to make Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and all this other good stuff. Also, look at the plot for all 3 of those series and let me know what the similarities are. Okay, do you live Excel? Because he always sounds pissed off when he Henshin is awesome. He is absolutely amazing, and I do thoroughly like me some Ryu. So about Deno, does the suit change depending on the personality of the person and the difference between Deno and the new Deno? Is it because Deno was weak-willed because he has no Deno that makes his weapons imagines? So imagines like are uniquely different because he was easily quote unquote possessed. All of his forms are different, so you're 100% correct about that. Deno's forms change. So if he's controlled by Momotaros, he's sword form. If he's Urataros, it's rod form. Kintaros is axe form. Utaros is dragon form. You kind of got the same thing from Yuto as well when he was possessed by his Imagine. Now, new Deno is different because new Deno is like Yeah, he's now weak-willed. He's a strong-willed guy, and his Imagine Teddy becomes a weapon for him. It was kind of like a new gimmick that they kind of wanted to do with it, but it makes sense because Teddy was connected to him. So I speedrun videos. You know what though? I appreciate you for that because you still watch my stuff. You watch a lot of people's stuff, and I appreciate that. How cheap. Who's your favorite secondary writer? Like I said earlier, it was Brave, but I do like Axel, and I do like I don't know if he's considered a secondary writer, but I do love Zangetsu. Zangetsu is in my top 3 writers of all time. So hell yeah, I'm Bao Kaito. I'm sorry, my boy Kaito. Who's better, Philip or Shotaro? Man, you can't say that because like they're both amazing. But Shotaro is like my favorite character from the Kamen Rider franchise of all time. So I would argue Shotaro, but Shotaro wouldn't be as awesome as he was if it wasn't for Philip. So they're even. That's why they make one person. But in X8, when the series started, there were already 5. Main synopsis. That's the difference. This is the main thing as a whole. Yeah, you're right. There was already 5 when that show started, but they weren't a team. Now was a team. Super Sentai was a team. Kamen Rider was solo. Then it moved to 3. However, this one's all had their own agenda to it. So even if they were like, "Hey, we're kind of on the same team," we weren't really. You know that. His son was much more willed, and then yep. Who was your least favorite Sentai and Rider series? So for Rider series, it's Ghost, and then for Sentai, it's Car Ranger. It was too goofy for me, so I can't handle 2 goofy shows. Extremely goofy. Like I can do Akiba Rangers, but I couldn't do Car Rangers. Gotta hold on to these thoughts of me writing these on fanfic.com, Thomas. My form has the potential to be pretty cool, but it needed to actually be used as ability to channel the fighting styles into the image instead of just casting sword. And that's facts. That would have been dope. Shultaro's actor was a fan of Kamen Rider Black, and he enjoyed playing Joker, so wish fulfilled. That is absolutely 100% correct, and which is why I loved him as a character. In fact, one of my favorite scenes in like Kamen Rider history, as it stands right now, was the movie where all the short riders and the Heisei riders fought. So Shotaro was about to transform into Double. He puts the belt on, and Philip was just like going on about something he researched. So he yanks that off and puts the Lost Driver on, just become Joker. And I really think that's really cool. So how many Kamen Rider series have you watched? I've watched nearly all of the Heisei stuff and all of the Neo Heisei stuff, with the exception of Ghost, because I didn't finish it. So a good amount of Heisei I've seen. Some of the good ones, like Faaz. I always say that name wrong. Everybody tells me how to pronounce it correctly, and I still don't. Fries, whatever, French fries, however you want to say it. Blade. I've seen some of Hibiki. I've seen all of Kabuto. I've seen all of Deno. Unfortunately, I've seen all of Kiva because I needed closure. I watched most of Kuga, most of Agito. I think I've seen all of Kuga and Agito. And unfortunately, all of Ryuki, just because Ryuga. Excuse me. I love Car Ranger. I am Car Ranger. I can tell. I like Liner Form because it shows his character's growth, and he has 5s. 4s, not 4s. I looked like I was smelling my armpit. I promise I wasn't. I was sneezing. I'm a weirdo when it comes to sneezing. So my biggest thing is that, so if anybody's noticing in the back, when I lived in Japan, there was a summer festival, and when I was there at the time, Gaim was out. Now, the thing about it is that I appreciate that Trouble Souls. Now, the thing about that is that when it came out, this form wasn't introduced in the series yet. So because it didn't get introduced in the series yet, I was like, what happens to Zangetsu? And then I found out about Shin Zangetsu. Fun fact, my best friends bought me the Genesis driver as a gift. So I held on to this mask from Japan just because of a festival I went to. And it was a Sakura festival. So, have you watched any other Toku series? But yes, I am a huge fan of Garo. I like Garo a lot, and I need to play catch up with it. And I really like the Fuma no Kojiro live action show. That's when I got introduced to the guy who ended up playing Yusuke on the Dead from Decade. Have you watched any Showa era stuff? Stronger and Black RX. But if the designs were better, wouldn't it be black with a shield instead of sword? I love it. Ryuki is probably one of the easier sources for OC bait. How many iterations of the Rider War? How many Biki and Glaciers are only are everywhere in Japan? This show is only showing part of Japan. Would you prefer a scythe? That is also a gun, sort of it's a gun, whips. So the question is, if I could have any weapon from Ruby, what would it be? Right, Thomas? Because I would probably pull a Yang. I have not seen all of the original Amazon, but I have seen Amazons, and I love it because of its potential. I liked Blade. I thoroughly enjoyed Blade because I thought that Kenzaki Kazuma was a great character. Just because of who he was and what he did at the end of the series, just to make some random stranger happy. So I really thought that was very admirable. So it was like he was writers are tragic people. Oh, would you fucking Amazon? I don't think EU is of age. And if that's what you meant by fucking Amazon, I would wait until she was legal. I think that's what you meant. So you got the reference. I did, Thomas. Do not read this. I did anyway. How about that? Since it's your birthday, would you like the Kogan Foundation to send you a cake with a free greed? I would actually like them to send me core medals, specifically the Puto Terras, because my favorite color is purple. The best weapon is velvets. It's a camera that transforms into other weapons once the photo is taken. That is dope, and that is dope. Would you say Amazon's is edgy? It's trying to be, because if you think about it, Amazon's came around the same time we started getting R-rated superhero movies, much like Deadpool, and then we got the trailers and stuff for Logan too. So I would say it's not really edgy, but I will say that they do a good job of, because in my thought process is that you could take both of the main characters from season 1 and season 2 of Amazon's, put them in a Toei show, and they fit perfectly. But in this show, there's this thing called consequence, and consequence affects everything around people. Like, if you are up to date with the new Amazon stuff, you understand that, like, Jin is cool, but he's a fucking dickhead. Excuse my French out there for all the young folks. Happy birthday, President's birthday drive. That would be awesome. No, I mean any female Amazon. Like, the chicks are the monsters. You need to specify, because female Amazons, what you call tall chicks, aka Gal Gadot, aka Wonder Woman. And if you ask me if I'll sleep with Wonder Woman, I will tell you yes, a million times yes. Important question. I see it. What's my favorite Sentai? Scott, I meant to get back with you. It's Gokaijas. What do you think of Ultraman? Haven't seen enough. I've seen the old school stuff like Spectre Man and stuff like that. But I thought Spectre Man was like a rapper from the Wu-Tang until I got older and realized that's not a thing. But I do remember Spectre Man. I haven't seen enough Ultraman. I definitely want to get into it. If you recommend any Ultraman series I should start watching to get into it, I'll definitely check them out. My favorite guy in memory is the Joker guy in memory, because... Oh, so I'm sorry. Refined guy memories, it would be Joker. But if I had to say raw guy memories, it would be... I like Weather. And I think, yeah, it'd be Weather. But we need no desire to use the purple metals or desire for total destruction. Either works. Hey, let me have that total destruction then. Are there any tokusatsu that you watch that you want to watch but aren't subbed? For some reason, I can't find Ryu Kendo, and I want to actually start checking out Ryu Kendo again. So I would argue that isn't subbed because I can't find it. I can't believe there's 1,000 Christmas songs, but only one song about power to terror. Fun fact, birth is sex thing. Fun fact, you are right. And birthed is the correct term we were still looking for. In O's, the CEO is actually a good guy, and the other series are villains. Man, let my man have his thing. Fun fact, he's also, not only is he very charismatic, a charismatic CEO. He also makes amazing Monster Core videos, like Monster Core, Wonder Core videos. Where he has like a workout machine that he worked on. It was a pretty hilarious commercial. And he is also the voice of Rao in the newer Fist of the North Star OVAs. Fist of the North Star is my favorite anime of all time, by the way. Monster Amazons. You know what? Show me one, and I'll tell you which one I like. What's my favorite Power Rangers? I'm not gonna be one of those guys and say it was the original series. I actually liked Time Force. Huge fan of Power Rangers Time Force. Loved Time Force. Time Force was great because I just wanted Jen and West to kiss each other. TV Neo has Ryu Kendo, but doesn't TV Nihon like suck? What do you think of Amazon's episode 10 of episode 2? If it's the most recent one, I haven't seen it yet, but everything up until that was amazing. And I'm going to get back with you. Zero, if you have my Twitter, hit me up on that and I'll watch it and then I'll tell you how I feel about it before the end of the week. What do you feel when a Kamen Rider series has an American adaptation? I'm excited for it, but I just want them to do it right. And right is a strong, loose term, but I just want them to, nod correctly to all the appropriate things in the series. And then at the same time, you can mix it up and do some American stuff with it, but don't pull too far away from the source material where it's not great anymore. How does the Eternal Memory do other than making other memories useless? Because it's a T2, and it's like one of the main T2s. And when you get into Blue Flare, it can activate all of the other ones simultaneously. That causes that wave. And I think it had something to do because the user of it, Dido, was a Never, and that kind of played into it too as well. New Mega. Yeah, Neo Omega is awesome. Neo Omega is amazing. O's, but with the CEO as Lorex. From Lorex, the CEO. Ha 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 ha. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Ginga was kind of cool. He got you there, Marcos. I mean, if you feel that way. Blue Flare also had a ton of maximum slash. Yep. For no real reason. I mean, was it really for no real reason? Maybe it was just to be random and be unnecessary. You got to remember, a very popular singer from the band Sophia was in this, so they had to do him up right. Due to the fact, okay, it says this is due to the fact that in certain interpretations, the alchemy scorpions represents sex. Ooh, kinky. If you can be the main character of any writer series, who would you be? If you pick Shotaro, who would be Philip and vice versa? Okay, so I got 3. I would be, of course, it's gonna be Double, but I would want Double to be my best friend Jenga. He would be my Philip because that's how we are now. Anyway, I try to be cool, and it doesn't work because the guy knows me. He's like my best friend, so. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this YouTube stuff. So he definitely would be. If I was in X8, I know I couldn't be a main character in X8. I would be, other than Double, I think I would be Takumi from Fast, and I would be that's a good one. But I'll go with those 2 for right now. Toby-san, no problem, man. That's what I do. Why would you be picky over TV Nihon if they subbed it and you were looking for it? I'm not. I'm just asking a question. Marco. I'm still going to watch it regardless. It's like eating pizza. Even if the pizza's pretty bad, it's pizza, so it's not bad, really. Well, what is your type of calculator? I went to school with the cool ones that make the grid, so I like those. And I'll read your comment again. You read my comment, and I'll read it again. Check that thrice. I did it 3 times. I wish there were more entries. Whoa. Oh, Tommy's Rescue Series. Yeah, I do remember seeing a lot of that there. T.I., that would be me. Now, when you say T.I., you mean the rapper? You might have seen me in the streets, but really you don't know me, Ti. Or be specific there, Bucko. Didn't the memory stacks? Okay, didn't the memories stack and work? I thought it didn't show due to budgets. Eternal's theme is the Powerful Girls theme. I just noticed that. Sorry, I'm fourth wall breaking. Who is your favorite Red Senshi? Captain Marvelous, but a close second is Takeru Shiba. I thought he was absolutely amazing. I think we can all agree that regardless of our thoughts of Ryuki, Revolution is freaking badass. That's facts, Thomas. The Rubber Band Man, wild as the Taliban. 9 on my right, 45 in my other hand. That's why I like you, Henshin Post. You my boy. My favorite lock seed is not lemon, melon. Melon and melon energy. No Texas Instruments. What about Texas? I like Texas. San Antonio is basic training for the Air Force members. So, hey, that was a fun time in my life when I went through basic training. Thoughts about XA. It's fantastic. It's arguably almost as good as Guy. We have to play it out, though, to see how it ends. And then I'll give you a final opinion on that. You still are my boy because you're my mediator. I can have more than one boy. Calm down. Jesus. Favorite get shot. Title Quest, Title Fantasy, and when Title Legacy comes out because I'm a fanboy. Betrayal. Common Rider Betrayal. That's a guy in memory. It's B for Betrayal. Getting another birthday text. Yeah, I apologize about that. And my phone is going to die. If you were in the Rite of War like Ryuki, what would be your contract monster? I would want mine to be like a lion or no, I can't use a peacock because that was more like a phoenix. I want something that could fly, something like that. Probably like a mixture between a peacock and a lion. Ooh, take that back. If you guys play Monster Hunter, I would want something like the Glavenus from the Monster Hunter Generations game, and I would be Kamen Rider Tyrannus. Because everyone says my voice makes me sound like a girl. I mean, I get that a lot too. When I go to the drive-thru at McDonald's, sometimes I put in my order and they go, "Is that all for you, ma'am?" And I just have to like hang my head low. I'm like, "Yeah." And then when I whip around, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Give me my 10-piece nugget, lady." Shots for Twaddle Legacy and the True Trailer, and I hope so. No B is for bird. Facts. You know what? I could be wrong. But why can't we have two B's? B for betray, B for bird. To be fair, we do have a live memory. Oh, my man's on it. An owl would be good. An owl would be cool. That wireless charging though. Yeah, I got this as a gift a while back though. I hope it's actually charging. Yeah, it's charging. Are you a fan of Pokemon? And so, who's your favorite Pokemon? I've been waiting for this question all night. My favorite Pokemon is Blaziken because he pretty much is Ken from Street Fighter in Pokemon form. By the way, to get shot attack when it's damaged, or is it just like the beginning of system repairs one complete? I don't know. Is my mic still fucking up? Is my mic still messing up? Oh no. No, no, no. How about now? How about now? We got stuff. We got sound. Do we have sound? Do we have the sound? Do we have the sound? Everybody just put Joker if we got sound in the chat. Damn it. It's still messed up. Is it all right? Is it okay? Did it get sucky real bad? We're here. It's just jumbled. Yeah, but you can, but it's glitchy. Why is it glitchy? Let me figure out why. I'm gonna shut some stuff off to make sure nothing's running in the background. How about that? Let me cut some stuff off. We can still hear you, but there's a lot of fuzz. Just sucky. It's a little jumbled. Okay, it's back. Okay, we got it. We back in here. Okay, so let me scroll back up and let me start answering questions. So Blaziken, favorite Pokemon, because he's pretty much Ken from Street Fighter in Pokemon form. Sorry, T-Rex is kind of a non-cool name. That's why I said Tyrannus. I didn't say T-Rex. I said Tyrannus. Make me sound like Maximo from Gladiator. If you scout it to be a real writer in real life, I couldn't be Double because my best friend, I love him to death, but he wouldn't pick up his phone in time. So I'd probably go with Blade, or Fives. I could be Fives or Blade. And I'll fight Orphanix. I don't care. I'm with it. I'm about it. If there seems to be okay, are you a Sonic fan? Like Sonic the restaurant or Sonic like Sonic the Hedgehog? My favorite Pokemon is Blaziken, with Gekkoga as a strong second, aka Greninja. But I do like Infernape as well. T for Terror and Trigger. Yes, it's still bad, or at least we called it a mistake. No, you had just it's just fuzzy. Okay, everything should be better now. If you were, oh yeah, I hope I answered that one for you. Glowfrost, way big is Ultraman. I noticed that too. I really like the references that Ben 10 makes. Like even does the whole like the blast the same way Ultraman does. Like I said, if you didn't hear me, it's Pokemon. It was because he was dope. Like Fives made fighting seem easy because he was such a savage when he fought. Like he didn't care. Well, he kind of cared, but all of his moves were really cool. Fang Joker. Fang Joker would be the form I go to because I look great in black and white. But he already said it was Blaziken. But what's his favorite Pokemon? Yeah, it's the big B. I knew I liked him because he beat Charizard, and Charizard just beat Blastoise. So I was like, okay, this guy is awesome. I feel like I don't get it really wanting me to specify why I liked him. So Tyrus is still a dumb name, my man. You know what? You give me a name then. How about that? You give me a name, sir. You give me a name. Oh man, no problem, Glowfrost. I that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to answer all your questions. If you got anything crazy, I'll answer. Tyrannical lizard dope. No, I'm just joking because everyone kept asking. Oh well, hey man, no man. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. Hurt my feelings then, Comrade Trig. Hey, I don't like the way that sounded, Punk Rider. Just because when I hear Trig, I think of another word that rhymes with Trig, and it turns out to be okay, Tyrannic. Okay. Unless like you got a problem with that retno, I think Thomas is on to something. It still sound mad Greek and Roman. Makes me sound like I'm a gladiator. And I hung out with Maximo. I'm sorry, guys. I watched Gladiator recently. We watch movies at work at lunchtime. So I've been watching a lot of Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Usama was good. Fig like figgy put no like racial hurtful words that I also use when I do rap songs. Opinions on Wizard. Just like Kiva, really great concept, executed poorly. Okay, which Caesar are we talking about? We're talking about Caesar from from books that we learn in class, or are we talking about Caesar from JoJo? Because if you're talking about Caesar from JoJo, you're finna bring back a whole bunch of unnecessary emotions. Kiva executed poorly. Well, what I mean by executed poorly, I mean it had great ideas. Like you could do a lot of stuff with the Kiva content, but I feel like it wasn't scripted or directed very well. Where you could take like Toby-san, stop making me go through these emotional roller coasters. Oh, cool. Caesar salad. Thank God. Just Caesar salad. Oh, yeah, we're good. But going back to what I was saying about Kiva, like, you ever seen something that had like a really good concept, but you just felt like it wasn't done in a way to really like shine on it? So that's what I mean. I don't think Kiva was bad. I just think that they could have did a lot more with it. Like there was so much stuff they could have gone into. Like the small things about Kiva made it really cool to me too. Notice in every finisher, when the day would become night, it was a different moon that reflected a different thing. And even in the Doga form, I think it was the Doga form, the purple one, it has no moon in the sky, but it's a thunderstorm, like a nighttime of thunderstorm, the same way Frankenstein's Mosque was made. I really like the polish on that. Okay, Fallout New Vegas. Didn't play a whole lot of Fallout New Vegas for obvious reasons. What was your question, Retno? I'm sorry. If I missed it, repost it, man. I'll answer it, I swear. My favorite individual Power Ranger is Abade Killer. And after Abade Killer, it is Dragon Ranger from Chudanger. What was my least favorite or series? American stuff I don't watch a whole lot of anymore. So I wouldn't say all of them, but I wouldn't say I was a huge fan of it. But if it was the Toku stuff, I'd say Car Ranger. Car Ranger is like my least favorite. What season did you like more? I like Kiva more than I like Wizard, but I did like Infinity Wizard. Yeah, New Vegas fanboys are trash. No, it's just that I just didn't get to play a lot of it. That was it. That was just the game. Not I avoided, not because I didn't want to play it. I just didn't for some strange reason. The most common things in Kamen Rider are monsters, time travel, and dimension shifting and resurrection. Kind of sounds unnecessarily like Dragon Ball Z, if you ask me. Minus the time travel. Well, no, Trunks and Goku Black arc. Dimension shifting, that's the universe tournament arc. Resurrection, Dragon Balls. Yeah, confirmed. Kamen Rider. Well, Toei does both Kamen Rider and Dragon Ball Z, so shout out to the Pride Troopers. Not enough Eva Rangers, that's fact, and there's never enough. They're absolutely right about that. KRYs for the best season? Nah, I'm on the fences. Are there any examples of Toku where you would love the character but you hated their costume? It took me a really long time to get into Garo. I really like the costume I didn't like the leather, like full leather suit that Koga had. But the gold armor was sick. But I didn't like that black, all those buckles, unnecessary 90s looking thing. I liked how you couldn't just say Mighty Morphin Green and White Dino Thunder. Because I don't like Mighty Morphin Green or White Dino Thunder. I like Dragon Ranger and Abade Killer because his name has killer in it. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card is in terms of like just design or in terms of like effects. Because I'm gonna ride that Blue Eyes White Dragon, be a fanboy. I actually have a Blue Eyes White Dragon signed by Eric Stewart, the voice of Kaiba himself. Thoughts on X8? X8's fantastic, top tier stuff. But if you were to ask me what is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, right now in the game currently, because I do play the game somewhat competitively, I love Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King, because if anybody reads Berserk, Masterpiece looks a lot like New Griffith. Dragon Ball has done everything. That's facts. My favorite writer OP is I really like Excite. Now. Excite is like in my top ones right now. So Favorite filler episode of Kamen Rider, literally as in no plot point is expanded on. The episode of the Gokaiger where they had the alien who got adopted, or did he marry the dude? Did he marry the chick? It was a completely unnecessary episode, but it was funny. Right, no, he did say he was addressing the name. Tyrannix. I like. Ooh, let me go back up. Too bad Vanity Emptiness is banned, big fella. I like the story, but I hated the way Mock looked and the wheel on him. Okay, I can see that. It was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of it either, but like I didn't dislike Mock because I thought it was pretty cool. Because Mock reminded me of. Does anybody know what Mock's costume looks a lot like? Are you guys let me know. There's a specific thing that Mock is based off of. If you guys pay attention to him. Are you gonna do any theories or plot holes in Kamen Rider? I don't know right now. I kind of want to. I have a theory right now that if you were to look at the Kamen Rider, because of Decade, if you look at the Kamen Rider, the worlds, how they're set up, they have a Marvel-esque multiverse. And whenever you do a movie, somehow those worlds, two worlds are in the movie, somehow converge into one another and make a pseudo battle world temporarily for just the sake of the movie, then return back to their original positions. Like they converge on each other and do stuff, and then move back from here. Dragon Ball is the Simpsons of anime. I agree. Wait, but those aren't Power Rangers. I know I don't get it. I know it's very confusing, but there's this thing that's out called Super Sentai, and effect. Favorite move in Pokemon? Sky Uppercut because it's the Shoryuken. Vanity's Emptiness. Spam, big fella. I said that once already. Did anyone watch Kamen Rider Laser Special? Not much, but it feels like it's related to the story so far. I have not seen it. Tyrannix is good. Love it. I like it too. Turtles is better than Goku Black. Get those lies out of here, though, big fella. Goku Black is champ, big fella. Who's your favorite friend? Now, that's a hard question because I have a lot. And if I would say my favorite friend is anybody my best friend's wife tries to hook me up with. Synchron for the win. Yeah, Synchrons were fun. I thoroughly enjoyed them. My favorite Shakespearean play is Macbeth. You thought I was gonna say Othello because I'm black and Othello was black. Thoughts on links? I don't know how I feel about this new kind of thing, but I'm open up. I'm open for it. I'm ready. I'm just gonna play Goki and link format. So fun fact is anybody else playing Gokis, pick up Ninja Seals of Mokuton. Don't play Strikes, play Horns of Heavens. They're much cheaper and they do way more damage, so you can plus. And Spiritual Art Kurogane. So you can they all attribute a monster so you can get something off. And when they're sent from field to grave, you get to search. So Aquiflort Towers. Griffith did nothing wrong, Greed. You're absolutely right. I stand behind you 100% on that. But like Cleaford Towers is a lesser version of Masterpiece. If you had to choose between Heisei and Neo Heisei, I really like Neo Heisei, but Heisei is more superior to me because it has stronger content. In my opinion. My favorite one of your videos. Just type in the name of it. I personally choose Showa. Hey, to each his own. Showa did have some really cool stuff. I really like Stronger. Yeah, the stop sign gimmick was weird. I did like the axe that Chase had, though. I will say that. I did like the axe Chase had. It was pretty cool. It could be a setup for a whole bunch of cool combos and stuff. Mock looked like a motorcycle rider because of the helmet. We all know it's based off Speed Racer. Thanks for just screaming that out there, Rico. I like Mock, just the wheel on. I like the suit, and I wish it was on his back like Chase. I like that too. It should have been on there too. Kind of looks like a spare tire. What is the Mock special called? I do not know off the top of the head. Special reference. What is the special reference? I'm sorry, the special reference. I do not know. Are you excited about the abdication of the Japanese? Whoa. Is my man the guy who plays Philip should be in that if I'm not mistaken. I love Kronos because the guy who plays Kronos sung the third opening to D Gray Man when D Gray Man was an anime because he was in Doubt and Trust. No, he wasn't in Doubt and Trust. He was in Access. And I'm ready for Wish in the Dark because that song sounds amazing. And I was a huge fan of Kiria. Kiria was just so much fun, and I just think they didn't do enough for him. If you were Dan Chrono, are you willing to give into the memes? If you were, I would totally, well, wholeheartedly. Like me, you becoming a meme is like how you become famous in this world now. If you become memes, you're good. You're golden. Like you're gonna make money no matter what now because everybody wants to do stuff with you. And Hunter and Hunter versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Which one do I like better, or which series would I think who would beat who in it? Because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure may lose to Hunter and Hunter because those guys are ridiculous. But to me, I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure more than I like Hunter and Hunter because we're gonna get an ending for Hunter and Hunter. It's gonna go on, and we're all gonna be like 90 something by the time we get any like new chapters because that thing's always on hiatus. It's a journey about going, yeah, and it gets really dark halfway through, i.e. Chimera and Arc. But Gon has a great adventure about being a hunter and enjoying that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, yo. You fucking lit, man. Appreciate that, fam. I'm trying to do. Griffith did everything wrong. Man, you can't say that. You don't know about my man Griffith. You don't know his struggles. I'm like Griffith. But I didn't like do anything harsh to my best friend or the girl he liked or any of my other friends. Griffith did everything wrong. You know what? You might be right about that, but we'll never know. Let me stop. That made no sense. I'm sorry. Whoo, whoo. It's time to bring back all those Cletex for Goki. Can you explain the Chronos time stop ability and how Chronos retarded dad is able to stop time? As in do a video or do it right now? Because I can definitely do it right now. My favorite writer from a season you disliked, Spectre from Ghost. So that's his special move, and he paused this time. Now, pausing time versus moving through accelerated time is completely different. I'll give you an example. We'll compare the two to Kabuto. So all of the Kabuto writers are folks who can move through time. But not really through time. They move faster than the speed of light. The best way to like compare them, the clock up system is equivalent to the speed force of DC Comics. So every writer from Kabuto is much like a speedster in the DC Comics who has access to the speed force. So they can move faster than the speed of light. So they do have the ability to travel back and forth through time if they move fast enough. However, Kronos' inherent ability is to stop time because apparently that is the only thing that can stop the not the only thing, but one of the main things that helps you beat the final boss in Chronicle. So it's really good. It seems that as it stands right now from all the information that we have, right now we have no instances of knowing when does it stop, how long the duration is for it. He can hold on to it for as long as he wants to, as it seems like. And it seems like a more broken ability than Kamen Rider Odin. So Fire Fury, I hope I answered your question because I did. I think I did. But I said Spectre from Ghost. You know, the quality of a story in a Kamen Rider may be equal to how ridiculous the suit looks. Well, to me, at least an example of Forza Drive and X8. I hated them at first, but then I grew to like them. That's kind of true. I can see your thought process on that. Why does Kuroto hate Imu when he creates the Mighty Brother than my Maximum Mighty, even though he was the one who infected Imu's virus? Because it didn't go by his rules. So, you know, whenever you create something or like, what's the word I'm looking for? The best way to describe Dan is kind of like Tony Stark. Dan is like Tony Stark in the sense that like, if the rules don't go his way, he'll change the rules so he can fit in themselves. But he'll want everybody else to play by the rules. So if somebody else does something completely different that's within their ability to, he'll get pissed off for it. That's the best way I can describe it. I hope that helps. Hungry Destroyer. Q Rangers won't get skipped. Trust me. I don't know. Do you think Clearwing is a female? Clearwing Synchro Dragon It may possibly be. I think it should be. I like Spectre Houdini form because I love the transforming bike. I was a fan of Deep Spectre just because like when you hit the icon, it would go like dive too deep, and I was like, oh man, this sounds dope. Every time I say 40 in Korean, I can't stop thinking about Mach because of how he pronounced it. What would your Nen be? I would probably be a conjurer like Kahlua. Ian, I would probably be like a Kahlua. I think he was a conjurer, and I would hope to do some kind of cool element with it. Dan himself didn't foresee those games. Mighty Brothers is actually an even part of, and Falchion is absolutely correct about that. And at the same time, never forget that Mighty Brothers Double X is pretty much symbolism for the different sides of Emu and Parrot. Cougar will beat all. Not anymore, big fella. Not anymore. Great. I won't say knockoffs. I would say they're like they're I won't say knockoffs, but I'll definitely say they were what's what I'm looking for? It's like competitors. It's like after you get like a game, after like a game company gets something else, and all of a sudden another game company is just as popular as that, and instead of being like, oh cool, friendly competition, I'll just make something better, you hate on it. So yo man, I forgot to say that, but happy birthday, man. Thank you so much, man. What is your favorite video that you made for your channel? I had a lot of fun with the Kuga Newt kick. So what do you think about True King Dino deck right now in the meta? They're probably gonna win Nats. They're probably gonna win nationals, because if there's anybody seen the ban list for the OCG, and the OCG ban list plays a huge role, as well as the TCG ban list, in terms of like what you're gonna get. So the most important question is, how do you drink your coffee? I drink my coffee black, sir. But to answer your question, Renee, I think True King Dinos are absolutely fantastic. Just don't get Soul Drained, and don't get Necro Valleyed, and don't get End of Anubis. Fun fact, that's how I went undefeated at my locals this weekend, End of Anubis. And that stopped my mirror match because I play full power Demise True Dracos, and I tech that in because I can Storm Forth something and make a quick End of Anubis, and then just make my boards from there. I drink my coffee completely black, James. Mighty Brothers, yeah, that's right, Retno. And Dan, and realized his game sucked. Glowfrost, your favorite female supporting character? Akiko, Kyomi. I like Poppy. Akiko could have been better, but she wasn't. I think I like Mai. Because she was like super supportive. No, I take that back. Who was even cooler than Mai? Because Mai was pretty awesome too. But the chick who was around Kaito halfway through the series, who ended up falling in love with him, she was really good too. Kronos' ability. Whoa. I scrolled up too fast. Kronos' ability is pause ability, and he does this to stop time in the game area. When the shot is activated, it creates a game area, and Kronos steps to that. My personal theory. That could play a huge role into it too. I'll do more research on that for sure. If you guys want to, like, even though like I'm still doing double stuff, I could probably break that. I could probably just kind of break that and do like a side video like that too. If you guys want. And when Griffith became Fento, he had a vampire-like feature that made his senses go away and a desire to eat up Casca, aka Dio Brando Part 1. No, because it was actually a lot more dirtier than that. Because Griffith's kind of like, okay, Griffith my boy, but Griffith's like I don't, some of your heroes have like very fucked up problems with him, and Fento is the fucked up problem with Griffith. So either now or the next video. I'll definitely work on it. I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely work on that video. If you don't get it now or next week, I promise to get you guys to it before the end of the summer. Kronos is time stop information right now. Unlimited time stop, no weakness, game of this power, can steal it, and Muteki can beat the shit out of it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I actually wanted to do that in conjunction with the clock up system one because I'm super excited to do Kabuto stuff. Hamon or Stand? I would probably get a Stand. I'd probably go to Stand. Hamon is pretty cool, but like I don't expect to fight a bunch of vampires pretty soon, but I know my Stand would hurt somebody even if they can't see it. James, thank you. The spin from okay, cool. Chain twist. What a twist. They're pretty much fan games to me. Okay. How does Dan able to do that? It's impossible to stop time like that unless he has a boxer power or a shot and is more supernatural. Well, remember he has the antibodies of all of the games inside of him, inside of Kamen Rider Chronicle. So that may be the unique ability of it. Because Toei confirmed it. It's something Kronos can't. But if my man jumps and does the kick and he goes, pause, and he goes, nah, chops him out of the sky, what happens then? Chronicle currently is released in an area. I guess the area Chronicle is released in has the ability to stop time. I don't know. Someone told me happy birthday. I didn't see it. I gotta go back. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Mikdo. Why didn't you say Father's name and the writer franchise plan? Because I got a lot of crap about it from the last video I did for it. And like I wanted to low-key be known as the guy who does really good information content, but he couldn't say his name correctly. And I still don't think I say the name correctly. So maybe that's like my whole plan. Wink face, wink face. Trust me, on Kirenja, it's got 13 rangers, and I'm most likely skipping Georgia. Kronos' time stop is all world range. So it's like the world on crack. Thank you for that. That's a good explanation. Do you download Kamen Rider apps on Google Store? I do not. Are there some that I can download that are safe for my phone? Thank you, Huggy Destroyer. Wait, crap. In chat, what did he say for his favorite video that he made? I really had fun doing the Kuga Explain video. Not Kuga Explain, the Kuga Driver. Not Kuga Driver, the Nuke Kick. Kuga's Nuke Kick. But I did have a lot of fun doing the Garangi as well. So I would say those two. Is this beating this title? I still appreciate that. Favorite rider weapon. That's a hard one. Jesus, that's a hard one. Have you watched Grand Size or any of the shows? I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen an entire series. Favorite rider weapon. God, that's so hard. I would say probably what is the name of the sword that Kabuto gets and when he starts using it in hyper form? Hamon or spin? I'd probably go spin. I'm really good at throwing stuff. Why do some season writers never refer to each other by their writer name? Like in Gaim, no one refers to Takatora's writer than as Zangetsu. When was he ever introduced as Zangetsu in the series? Happy birthday, Lambo. This is my first time. I wrote the comment and live more. You always help me in explaining stuff. Man, hey, man, I love doing that. That's what I like doing. So I wanted to be a teacher in high school. I want to be a teacher in high school, and I still kind of want to be a teacher, but I'm actually going to school in November. I'm gonna start like when I get out. Well, actually, that's my plan is to go to school for radio broadcasting. So maybe you guys will hear me on YouTube and you'll hear me on the radio. Toby-san, I hope I answered that for you. It was spin. Odd Eyes, we all have differences with each other. Starting Venom is the most attack. Clear Wing, I'm a female. Odd Eyes, what? Thomas is silly. The Muteki Gashot, even a Gashot is literally just a small Gashot, but not really. So I'm confused on this. Does anybody else get like that weird feeling that the Muteki Gashot is a lot like the Kiwami Arms Fruit Basket Lock Seed? The only thing that can defeat Kuroto's Genius is Kuroto's Genius. Hey, you know what? That's an interesting fact. What do you think of the dude who got third place regionals in London and he used cards in the Dino structure? He used cards in the cards Dino structure deck. So Renee, you mean like he just used like copies of the a budget structure deck one? Dog, it's if he's good, he's good. You know, for me, you can have the best deck in the world, but if you don't know how card interactions play, there's nothing you can do for it. What was his sideboard? Did he actually have a sideboard for it, or did he just like do a budget deck thing and just went in there and got third with it? You can cover Foz's or dude, I want to do Foz's stuff so much. I want to do Foz's stuff, but like I said, number one, I have to make sure I pronounce his name correctly when I do it, and number two, Orphanix are really cool to me. They're like my second type of favorite monsters. Actually, my number one favorite Kaijin in all of Kamen Rider. My second favorites are the crap. They're on the tip of my tongue. The undead from Blade. Could Chuck Norris be any Kamen Rider in a fight? Apparently, Chuck Norris could be anybody. However, the hierarchy would be Kamen Rider, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee is the only person who lived and told about it. The only person who could beat Chuck Norris was Death. Also, it has an incredibly amazing jingle. The Perfect Sector. That's what it was called. I really like the Perfect Sector. That's my favorite rider weapon as of right now. No, Chuck can't. The name is the high performance Perfect Sector, Perfect Puzzle, or Knockout Fighter. Perfect Puzzle, because I play a lot of games like Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle, Puzzles and Dragons, such and such, this, that, and the third, and what have you. I wonder, is a final weapon unique to it? I don't know. I'm interested about that. My favorite Dragon Ball character is Piccolo, Ma Jr. I am a huge Ma Jr. fan because Ma Jr. is pretty much a black guy. So that's probably why I like him so much. And I like Trunks. Kuga's Super Rising Ultimate to do a final rider kick on Chuck Norris and Kuga explodes. My argument about the Super Rising Ultimate is that how powerful do you guys think the Super Rising Ultimate is? Do you think that it is not just world busting? Now I won't say universe busting, busting, but I think it would be like it could blow up maybe Jupiter, depending on like if we do more research on Jupiter, because like a planetoid is the size of that, so. Tien is pretty cool. Tien is pretty cool. I thoroughly enjoyed him in his arc in Dragon Ball when he got introduced, and when he did the OP Kikoho against Cell was pretty awesome. It won't. It's confirmed from. It won't. It kind of confirmed from what I've heard from the news. Do you think Title Legacy will look like? I think Title Legacy will be like an angelic form of Title Legacy. I mean Fantasy. It's gonna be like, Title Fantasy was the dark version, and Title Legacy will be like the heavenly light version. The best way to describe it is if anybody ever played Final Fantasy Dissidia and anybody knows the character of Cecil, I'm thinking of something a lot like that. Mighty Action X, Title Fantasy, or Bang Bang Simulation? Title Fantasy X, because Maximum Action X, excuse me, is it's too clunky for me. So, like, my favorite part about it is the fact that he jumped in it and then he jumped out when him and Dan and Grade Zero fought Parrot 99 Paradox. I think Oz's powers plus Strongest powers plus Rising Ultimate. Huh. No, Bruce Lee beats Chuck. That's what I said. The hierarchy is writers, Chuck, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's the top. The only thing that can beat Bruce Lee is death. Just death. That's it. Title Legacy is said to be the opposite of Title Fantasy, which is why, like I said, if you guys played, the Heaven Angelic Devil type deal. So, okay, Supervising. Okay, I could see that. I can see those statistics. But you gotta throw some math and science behind it too. So, what's the circumference of Earth? He can blow up Earth. How much power would it take for him to do that? And then you would go into, how big is Jupiter compared to Earth? And then how many would it take to do that? I kind of said that we haven't gotten final weapons since Wizard. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm on the fences about final weapons myself. At least say Ultimate could probably cause part of Japan to sink into the dream. No. Ultimate could probably destroy Japan as well too, off the same statistics I've given you guys. Because if Nuclear Kick Kuga could pop Earth with the same thing, hitting that flat line, Ultimate most definitely can. Ultimate he's so strong he defied the laws of Toei Riders. He punched a dude and no sparks came out. It was just blood. It was blood. I showed a friend of mine that, and I popped him, and he got popped in the chest, and we just saw blood. We were like, oh. My friend did that, and I was like, yeah, this fight's amazing, right? 4 minutes of just pure awesomeness. I really, like I said in that video, I really watched that fight like 1,400 times. Yep. He got jobbed because of decay. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I am getting blasted with oh, guys, my dad just called me, so I'll probably have to call him later after this. Yeah, my dad gave me a call. Title Legacy's already showed up in a movie under True Brave. You're right. He looks pretty cool though. My favorite language. I'm gonna be biased because I'm gonna say it's Japanese, but I would say French because French is in my family because I'm from Mississippi originally, so a lot of my family is from the Louisiana area, and it's I'm Creole. I'm Creole and Cajun. So, well, not really Creole. Excuse me, Cajun. So, a lot of French stuff. I'm a huge fan of. What's a language? A language is how we speak. I don't get it. Kiwi Ken said, "What's my favorite final form?" Kiwami Arms Guy. It looks amazing, and the abilities in that thing is absolutely amazing. I also am a huge fan of Hyper Kabuto. X8 is still level 99 when he's outside the suit, and the suit can attack on its own. I know, I like that, but I don't like the way he looks in the suit because the suit looks like it's made of like a lot of Play-Doh. Yo, man, gotta know. Nice. Been in the stream. Everybody tell Usama goodbye. Thank you so much, Usama, for being in, man. I hope to do something like this in the future for you guys. Like I said, I really want to do the whole like fighter games with you guys too. So the only one strong enough to be equal to Chuck Norris is Segata Sanshiro, aka Takashi Hongo, aka Comrade Ichigo. I believe in that statement as well too. Fire Fury. Chuck Norris killed 400 people with 2 shots, and the first shot was a warning shot. That was a goofy one. So the devil was good, and so the devil was the good, and the angelic form was the bad. One nice symbolism, Toei. Think of it like I won't say Paradise Lost because that's not a good analogy. Just think about like it's the transfer thing. Like I said, I still think it's a whole Dante Inferno type deal. Dante was like he did some bad stuff on his journey to hell. So even though he was bad, well, he was doing good things, but he thought some of the things he did was justified to do. But it took him to go into his angelic form to realize the error of his ways and things of this nature. But you know what? They do the flip flop on us like that all the time. Is it impossible for Ultimate Kuga? Isn't it impossible for Ultimate Kuga to destroy the Earth because he would require a massive amount of potential energy that exceeds the mass and volume of a normal human body? I hear what you're saying, but you do remember this is Kamen Rider, and we're talking about a dude who can stop all of time for as long as he wants to. So remember that too. No, Ku can destroy the planet by in his ultimate form. Bonus points for anyone who gets this reference. One Wing Angel. I mean, look, if he wants to be Sephiroth, let him be Sephiroth because I would like to see Title Legacy AM. I don't even watch AMVs, but if Title Legacy could get like the One Wing Angel orchestra from Advent Children, which is like definitively the best version, I would love that. Favorite Gashon weapon? It is Sparrow and Sword. Glowfrost. You forgot the Bugle Driver 1 and 2. It was nice talking to you guys. I gotta go. Happy birthday, Lambo. Thanks, Toby-san. You have a good one, man. I hope to do this again. I like the Key Slasher too. What do you think of Comrade Ichigo? I like Ichigo. Ichigo is really cool. He's the founder. To me, he's like the Superman of Kamen Rider. Just because he's the first one. But if you ask me, I'm a V3 fan more. So, what if Title Fantasy and Title Legacy were both the protagonists? Power like hero if he wants to revive sex, but he uses Title Fantasy to help with the evil and then uses Title to stop the evil. That's the same thing I was thinking too. All right, Red, no, you have a good one, man. I was thinking the exact same thing. Like all the games tell a story. Title the person of Title Quest becomes the main character in Title Fantasy, and then Title Legacy is who he becomes afterwards. Okay, I've got a question for you, my man. Listen, do you sing Never? Did you sing Never with a person you don't know? It says, listen, did you sing Never with a person you don't know and have him a high five back in 2008? Wow, that's fake. Really? Wait, hold on. Did you sing Never with a person? Never by who? And gave him a high five back in 2008. Well, that's fake. I'm not getting the concept of that one, Carlos. What colors would you like to see more in Sentai? My favorite color is purple, so the more you can splash in purple, the better. My favorite Astro Switch is electric. And Meteor. If someone gives you a cake for your birthday, can you live stream yourself eating it as if it was Korean? No, I would just eat my cake normally, like a normal person, only because I'm not really a super huge cake person, but because like I can't eat sweets like that anymore. Not because like I have like a medical problem. It's just I don't eat sweets like that. But apparently that's a sign of pre-hypertension because another crazy thing that's going on in my body right now. But if you did give me a cake, I would thank you and I would eat it as much as I can to the best of my ability. I'd probably send you pictures every day of like the progress I made. So we're talking about Kamen Riders. We have a man who was a combination of Dio's The World and Giorno's Golden Requiem experience. Facts. What is your favorite movies? Now, do these movies are they Kamen Rider movies or are they just whatever movies they want to be, Brandon? So if they're just regular movies, regular movies. I have seen Zero. Zero. I'm sorry, Zero. I have seen Zero. I've seen Hitman Reborn. I really like Hitman Reborn. Sky Flames are really cool, but my favorite character was Yamato Takashi because he had two of the most cliche Japanese, most common Japanese names of all time. Will you do theories on Kamen Rider 1971 show or in general? Yeah, I will. I would like those to be discussion questions though. What are the craziest things happening in your body that you mentioned? Um I have, as it stands, I have a lot of back problems right now because of my current job and things of this nature. So I'm taking a lot of different medicines. At the same time, the reason why I had to stop is because I've had a lot of stress going on with work and things of this nature. So I've had a lot of work stuff going on and like a lot of like been in a lot of stressful situations and stuff like that. And like I finally just like let all of that stress go and it's all exhaled and I've exhaled all of it and it's just I feel a lot better now, but I'm still kind of taking like that medicine for it and stuff like that too. Obscure film finders. I do watch Mystery Science Theater 3000. I like it. It's not like the older shows that it used to be, but it was pretty cool. Yes, special form 12. So that's why I am ill. It's just that I've been going through some crazy situations. But I'm better. I'm better. So it was really funny because like when this channel started picking up, I was really going through all of that really stressful stuff. That really stressful stuff. So and it was affecting my body very bad, very poorly. But now I can eat cake and stuff like that. How long would it take you to eat 365 cookies? Depending on what day it is, I could eat anywhere between 20 to 21 cookies. List your favorite Sentai mechas and your favorite mecha finishers. My favorite mecha is Killer O because I like my body killer. And I don't have a favorite finisher. Shooting in the Starlight Bang Bang universe. That's pretty cool. Black RX. I like Black RX because Black RX gave us forms. I think he's had the first cooler, definitive, like completely different changing forms. I know people were trying to tell me, hey, no, Stronger had different forms too. And you're right to a certain, you're absolutely right. But I think Black RX was the one that kind of broke the mold. I figured that you would be smart and eat one cookie a day for a year. That's what I would do. I hear you, but what if the cookies are just mad delicious? You can't say no to Gundam. I mean, not Gundam. Say no to one cookie. They're like Pringles. My favorite Gundams are Double O, Astray, Epion, um, um, I haven't seen all of Iron Blood Orphans, but those three for sure because I played them a lot when I lived in Japan and played the Gundam Battle Assault games for the arcades. James says he likes Black. What do you think of the Armored Heroes, the Chinese tokusatsu series? That's essentially Chinese Kamen Rider. I think you skipped me. Fire Fury, I'm sorry if I did. Yeah, I see it right there. I did skip you. I apologize. I haven't seen a lot of it at all. So Black is the hypest shit. Black is the manliest shit that I've seen in a long time. How about the stories of Black and Black RX? Like the best characters, development, and stories. I would like to have that as a discussion video. I like to keep all of my shorter videos as explanation videos, explaining stuff. And then stuff like that, character development, things of this nature. I would love those to be discussion videos where they're probably 10, 15 minutes and they're just me rambling about it or rambling about it with someone. So I actually want to do a video about why I think that Toei's favorite color is red, because that seems to be the Sentai member who gets the most love, and I'm going to be doing that with a good friend of mine, so I'm excited about that. Do I start Berserk with the manga or the old anime? The manga, all the way through. It's art. Like the manga is like the best form of that medium, so definitely just read the manga. You don't even have to watch the anime. Oh, you can watch 90s anime if you want to, but I would just read it and be blown away about how amazing that art gets as time goes on. Do you consider Oz's what can you consider Oz's final form? It's a toss up. I think that Tasha Door should have been his final form because he didn't use it that much, but it was ridiculously powerful. At the same time, Putotera was ridiculous as well. I feel like both of them should have respectively been like a final form, but it was a dual final form. I consider Putotera his final form. And last from Oz obtains in the show because it can't be mixed with other metals. Yeah, I hear you on that. But the really cool thing about Tajador is Tajador became one all of its own. Like the metals on his chest turned into something completely different. Like it went from Taka, Taka Kujaku Kondoru, and then it turned into a giant bird that looked like a phoenix, and I thought that was amazing. Will you review any Showa Kamen Rider shows? Showa because Showa needs more love. You're absolutely right. Showa does need more love, and I maybe want to do something like, like probably around like Veterans Day, like the Veterans Day time frame. I think that might be a good time to do Showa stuff. Like probably November, like November. Actually, stuff in like November because I think that'll be pretty cool. Like doing videos in November, with that. So. Because it'll be really cool to do like just like a whole month about Flashback November. It's like some of the cooler writers, some of the things like that and stuff. Don't watch the yes, right. Do not watch the 2016, 2017 Berserk animes. They are ass, dog. Shikari Sports Abu Bakuso bikes. You skipped me 3 times now. Look, man, I'm sorry. It's moving so fast. I apologize, Glowfrost. I apologize. And it's Bakusuko bike. Bakuso bike. I would do that because I'm learning how to ride a motorcycle as it stands right now. So Putotera is the final form, but Tajador is the emotional connection form. Okay, I'll take you with that. I'm curious why a dino-themed form has ice powers. What killed the dinosaurs? And it was big. I mean, the abyss is cold and empty and dark. So ice powers. Makes sense. Taka is the only one that changes. It's symbol on the crest of the floor. All still Phoenix pieces. That's what I liked about it, though. It just made one big art and then just had 3 random pieces. Maybe I didn't say that correctly. I apologize for that fire film. Do you think that the Heisei riders need to ride a motorcycle? Hence, riders. Yes, I think they still need to ride bikes. I still think they need to ride motorcycles, but they don't need to do over-the-top stuff with it. That's me. I think simplicity is key. I know about the literal shit, and I know about the literal shit than is Berserk. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'd rather read the manga. Neo Heisei, Neo Heisei should ride bikes, dude. They should ride motorcycles, but they shouldn't do ridiculous stuff. The Ice Age. I know I made a bad Batman corner. No, you are fine. I set up that joke. You did what you were supposed to do. You knocked it down. I set him up. My favorite Pringles flavor is pizza. I sound like Lil Yachty. I got a Papa John's pizza in my living room, not living room, my kitchen right now. I'm supposed to be eating. Why do people hate Wizard so much? Because Wizard had a lot of things going on with it that wasn't really like, Amazon 2016 shows us real writers. Now, what do you mean by real writers? NC or AGVN. And I don't know what NC is. AVGN. Maybe I don't know what that is. Maybe you had to spell it off for me, Glowfrost. You know, I'm a little crazy. Occupy Rangers versus Amazon. Which one do you prefer? Occupy Rangers when I want to laugh. Amazons is when I want to be like, ooh, look at me, I'm brooding like Batman. Good idea by execution suffers from boredom. Wow, I couldn't have said it better myself. What's your favorite kaijin writer? And I mean, who's a writer? Who's a kaijin? Gills from Akito. But my man Hajime from Blade is a super close second. Scorpions represent lust and desire, and people wonder why birth is scorpion theme. That explains why my friend Nostalgia Critic. I would rather watch Angry Video Game Nerd. Nostalgia Critic seems like the very like the older brother who kind of bothers you about doing stuff. It's just very bothersome. Yeah, a lot of my friends who are Scorpios are just very horny people, and it's bothersome when I hear them talk to me sometimes. The old writer show is dark. Yes, absolutely. Old writer shows are dark. That's why they pull their inspiration. Amazon's kind of pulled a lot of inspiration from it, but they just kind of did like an update on it to make it like, ooh, brooding for this time. Characters riding bikes like they live up to the name. Yeah, make it Yu-Gi-Oh! Henshin on motorcycles. You know, the real question is about XA is, how is Emu C green on Mighty Brothers? Because somebody showed me this and it was really cool. If I'm not mistaken, it's a palette swap, or it's like an inverted palette chain. Parrot is red and blue, but if you do like the invert colors of red and blue, it should be like sea green and orange, right? All your friends like Ron searching for Becky to smash. No, they're just like they're very millennial-esque in terms of thought process. My favorite rider bike, Laser Level 2 doesn't count. Lando. I'm not Lando. I wish I was Lando. Wish I was handsome like Lando. But thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday. My favorite rider bike is the Auto Vagine. I think it's Auto Vagine. It's my favorite. Just because it turned into a cool Gundam dude. My thoughts on Amazons. I really like it because it has potential. Season 2 has really crappy fight scenes, but it's whatever. It tries its best to make up for it with like story. And it's really cool because Amazons was the first series I showed some of my friends. Comrade Eve. I do not know about Comrade Gaia. Is there any way you can send me a link to that, possibly on my Twitter, where I can go check that out? But yeah, Amazons is actually what I showed my friends. They had no idea what Comrade was, so I showed them Amazons first, and they fell in love with it, and they like it. Emu sees Mighty Brothers as orange and green, but not orange and blue. Yeah, red and blue. Because when you look at red and blue and they contrast each other, red is very fiery and blue is very calm and more not manipulative, but it's very calm. It's the same thing about this one. Why Emma was sea green and Perry was orange. Orange is a lot more fierce than sea green in that context. So, and it talked about their personalities with the colors. The manga. Have you ever read the original Comrade Ichigo manga? Yes, I have. I thought it was pretty cool. You can look up Gaia on Comrade Wiki. Yes, sir. I will definitely do that. Got to do some research. And yeah, that's what I like. I think it's really cool about Kamen Rider Man because they slowly do a lot of things that are about symbolism in that show. You got to just have to pay attention to everything. What would happen if you saw Smart Brain or Yakuza in real life? I'd probably lose my shit because like I would be like a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, if it's Smart Brain, they're green animals and they're trying to kill us. And I'm like, get this weirdo out of here. Should Kamen Rider Ichigo manga have an anime? I think Kamen Rider Spirits, the manga, should have an anime. If we're talking about Kamen Rider stuff that should have an anime, it should be Kamen Rider Spirits. Because Jesus Christ, that manga is amazing. Yes, sir. And actually, I think that we should get a Heisei version of Kamen Rider Spirits symbolism. Have you watched episode 3 of Amazon's Xaid, or what would happen if Gen was at? I would probably lose my shit again. Like I said, I'd probably lose my shit, and they would be like Kamen Rider Chronicle, and we'd freak out. Wait, it's never not over you, sir. E3 is still going. Simmons, have you watched episode 3? Yes, I have. It's been a while though. Oh, guys, I got a photo sent to me. I don't know what this means. Someone has sent me a photo of Mel Gibson. I got a picture of Mel Gibson. I'm not gonna show you guys because it's ridiculous. Please support this project. Are you invested in the development of GEM and VR? Yes. The fact that you said GEM, yes, sir. Absolutely 100%. Is Mighty Brothers supposed to be a representation of Super Mario Brothers? I think so, because Mighty Action X is Mario. Super Mario Brothers is a 2D platformer, so it should be very similar to that. When Amazon meet X8 and Ultraman, aka the new Omega. In terms of design, maybe, but he still looks kind of goofy. We all know Yak Shields also help in the DigiDestin when they're not making drivers. It's a side hustle. It's a side hustle. And if I'm not mistaken, the original show does it have a lot of different symbolism and stuff like that too. Like in fact, like he creates, the idea of him being a solo guy moving with the wind is one of the coolest things about him, which is why he transforms with the wind. Like he uses the power of the wind to transform into Ichigo, which is a pretty awesome in and of itself. Like everything in Kamen Rider, any show has symbolism. You just have to pay attention to it. Would you play Kamen Rider Chronicles if it was real? I'm on the fences about it. I would probably be interested in it, but I wouldn't want to die. I would want to be like one of those guys. Oh, because like I want a perk because I'm a YouTuber who talks about Kamen Rider. They let me get any like low level 2 get shot, so I can be like, "Ooh, I want Tattle Quest." Will anyone go and fund my Kickstarter to make sure that Bottles becomes the next Kamen Rider gimmick? Maybe. How come the Metal Heroes mainly crossover with Super Sentai and not Kamen Rider? I don't know. Do you think there will be more Toei and Marvel produced shows? If they, I don't know because I don't know who they would do next. And if you're okay with that, like I would want them to, but I wouldn't know who they would do in terms of like a Marvel superhero to bring over. That's not like something that can be done in an anime. Is it also based off the term henshin is, and to a certain extent, like I said in my video, that's where like the kind of the thought process is about a man slowly turning into another monster, slowly turning into a monster and not knowing why he's turning into it. It just is. So yeah, it is kind of based off Frank Kafka's Metamorphosis. What would happen if another writer was named K.R. Scorch? Would he be like Thomas? We get it. You like Sonic the Hedgehog, but Sega's not doing a good job with it, buddy. I don't know about K.R. Scorch. I don't know how to answer that one, Punk Rider. I just wish they kept the jump and transform and the pose transform. There was more tension in Kamen Rider. Would you keep the henshin, by the way? On the fence is about Iron Fist because of racial reasons, but Iron Man I could kind of see. Yes and no. I don't know. Like that's a really good. Oh, they could probably do Big Hero 6. They could probably do Sunspot or Silver Samurai. So Ian, they could probably do one of those two. And keeping the jumping henshin for classic stuff, yeah. When there's like it's like a big battle when they were doing it from like a building or something, absolutely. I would want a good mixture of both. After seeing someone mildly good happen to you. No, I have not. I just go, oh shit. That's what I do. Special Form 12. Believe it or not, I still keep it very black when I do certain things. I didn't even need to bring that in like that. But the Iron Fist thing, Ian, that's the biggest thing. It's like because like Iron Fist got a lot of flack because it was a white guy doing it would be bad, and considering that Iron Fist is Chinese and like well the it's based off of Chinese stuff, so that one might be a little tricky to do because I think China and Japan aren't really on like good terms with each other like that. Would you ever show XA to people who like anime centered around video games like Sword Art, Log Horizon, and Excel World? No, because I think I wouldn't even show it to anybody who likes anime. I would think I would just show it to people who like video games, period. Or if they wanted to know what was a good Kamen Rider series. I get that a lot from a lot of my friends who go, hey, man, what is a good series to start with? And I always say Gaimer X8. It's a really good one to start off with, if you ask me. Which show or series would you like to see get Amazon treatment? That's a good one. Probably the original three. Ichigo, Nigo, and V3, like all of those guys doing stuff like separate like seasons all about them. And then like they all get together like close to the end or something like that. Which okay, so what would you do if you what will you do if you were in Kamen Rider Chronicle? Try to avoid playing if I could, but if I knew I would win, I would cheat and do that probably. Mania Generation, am I the only one? Did I miss something that you said very important? Mania. No, I haven't seen it. I like the mix and mash of both. Jump, dash, shoot, get the powers, Mega Man Action, Mega Action X. So we're just gonna make a X8 a Mega Man character now. I mentioned Iron Fist because they could do it like Die Ranger or Geki Ranger route. That's true, but I think they should probably do like some of the lesser known Japanese like Marvel superheroes, like Sunspot or Silver Samurai or anything like that. Rainy day, rainy day. I like it. I like the rainy days too. It's like my favorite time of year. Sonic Mania, Sonic Generation. Okay. I got it now. I got it. It makes sense now. Why wouldn't Kamen Rider the first and the last sort of count as that? Well, they do to a certain extent, but I would like to see I don't know. I would like to see just more stuff on them. And by that I mean like more development. I would like to see those characters get fleshed out a lot more than they did in the movies. So, that's what I mean by that. Yeah, I regret mentioning them. No one wants to remember those movies. Personally, I think that O's is a good series to start for newcomers. That's true. O's is a really good one to start with too. It's kind of all over the place though a little bit in terms of like the core medals and stuff, so it's easy to kind of get lost on that. But to me, Gaim is like the coolest story about growing up sucks. So those movies were kind of bland to me. Yeah. So that's why I kind of want those. I would want 4 episodes to flesh out Ichigo, 4 episodes to flesh out Nigo, 4 episodes to flesh out V3. And then in season 2, they're all just doing random fights and stuff like that. Or 3 a pop, and then the last 3 episodes were all of them teaming up to fight Dai Shocker. So set up, and that'd be season 1. And then season 2 would be same thing. Would it be cool if Sango was in it too? He would be like a cool bad guy. He would be like a super cool bad guy. He would be like, he would be like really cool just to show up and be like, hey, I'm here to fuck you guys up. And he fucks up everyone at the end of their arcs. And then like the final 3 episodes were about them 3 teaming up to beat him. So Chronic Chronos, that's my thoughts at least. Kamen Rider ZX would be a good addition to Amazon treatment because he is a ninja. Yes, do that one. That would be so dope. Takashi versus Takashi. Who wins? Takashi from 1971 because he's has the power of Sega Saturn. Any Kaijin ally do I like them? Which Kaijin ally do I like the most? Deneb, if he's considered a Kaijin in Kamen Rider, yeah. If I'm allowed to say that. Is that no? It's not. I was gonna say is that Strider? It's not Strider. The best Showa Kamen Rider. To me, it is a tie between both blacks, and Stronger. Which Kamen Rider series would you like to want to be brought to America? Blade. Blade. We could do something with Blade maybe. Or they just redid Kabuto. Probably Kabuto might be a little easier. No, Rider Man getting his own show. That would be cool too. The best show suit. Don't worry, I did not forget about your question. Special form. That's gonna be like a easier one to do. The best show suit is Stronger to me. No, V3. I take that back. It's V3, but I did like Stronger suit a lot too. A perfect birthday to me is not going to work, and just hanging out with like people I care about, pretty much just like going out and hanging out with people, man. I'm not a really like super elaborate guy, but like I would just want to just go have fun with like my best friends, and if I had a girlfriend at the time, that'd be it too. What would you say is the scariest Kamen Rider Kaijin? Orphanix, because you never know when you could become one. That thought process is kind of scary to me. If Q Rangers were adapted into America, what would the name be? Probably like Power Rangers, like Star Force or something like that, or Superstars, Kamen Rider Super. I mean, not Kamen Rider Superstars, like Power Rangers Superstars or something like that, or Superstar Rangers or Star Rangers. No, I just said that. So Power Rangers, like yeah, Star Force or something like that. Will you ever cover Ultraman in your videos? I'm thinking about it, but I just need to know like a good place to start Ultraman. Like I said, if you guys know where I should start with Ultraman first, then I would go from there. Have you checked out Sentai reviews on YouTube? They review suits, and I recommend the Stronger episode. I will definitely check that out. I have not seen that, but I definitely will. I hope he can cover if he does Ultraman videos. Is like Belial the cool looking evil guy? Because if he is, that's amazing. How do we know if you're the real Lambo Calrissian or the worm of the original Lambo Calrissian? Because if I was the worm, I would be doing cooler stuff right now. I have more faith in the worm version of me than the original version of me. The worm version of me would probably be a lot more charismatic and handsome. Maybe we can get a fairy tale theme Sentai. I was thinking the Knights, if we do fairy tale stuff, we could do like an Excalibur Sentai series. That might be pretty cool. We kind of got that with Ginga Man, but like, what? Why not do like a Knights of a Round type deal? And it was like Magi Ranger meets like Ginga Man. What is the most dangerous kaiju? I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. I wouldn't. I would probably say it's probably Tiger Man from the original Showa series. I would say it was him. I love the Sentai review. Those guys are hilarious. Which is better characters and story, Showa Heisei and Nia Heisei? I like Showa is very like super predictable. So if you watch Fist of the North Star, you have a good idea who the characters in the Showa series are going to be. Heisei was a lot more because it was a different concept, so it matched up a little more. So I like that. And Nia Heisei is still like in the process of trying to figure it out because they're in that new phase and they're still trying to learn out what works and what doesn't. You could arguably say, but they've had plenty of time to do it, and that's true and not true. I really feel like they could do a lot more stuff too with that. What are your thoughts on Jay always blocking Gene every time he shows up on scene? It's unfair. My man gets no love, and he needs to get his Mac on. Have you ever tried Enitron? And if you haven't, would you like to? I've never tried Enitron, and because it piqued my curiosity, I would love to. Okay, apparently there's a picture of my goddaughter somewhere being really goofy. I have to go see this eventually. What Showa writer would be good for America like Power Rangers? I thought Black was gonna be good, and apparently it wasn't. Black and Black RX, Black RX was terrible. if they redid Black RX correctly, it'd be a pretty solid one if you ask me. What do you think it would taste like? Okay, now I don't know what Anitron is, so I'm gonna assume it's an energy drink. And if it's like a Japanese energy drink, it probably tastes very crisp, very like very refreshing. I think it would taste like candles and metallurgy. Like I said, I don't know what Anitron is. I should probably have Googled that before I just said what would it taste like, and watch I just do some research and be like, Anitron is actually liquid, um, like liquid building residue or something crazy like that. I don't look up a lot of things if it's not about Sentai or immediate in my face. It is a new viable energy source and it's the primary power of the city. I'm so silly. That's from Go Busters. I'm silly. I'm sorry, kids. I don't know why I don't remember that. Probably because I didn't remember a lot about Go Busters. I should probably rewatch that show. Can we get a monster themed Sentai team with the Rangers being monsters? Kind of like Kiva, but like Kiva's forms are a little different from that. Should X8 be a guest character in Tekken? You know what? I kind of wanted to see like a writer in Tekken, but I wanted it to be like an alternate costume for Yoshimitsu or a yokai theme Sentai. Like that'd be pretty cool. Why do you have explain on your titles? Well, that's what I think I try to do. At least is explained. That's like here's this concept explained. I like the word explained. I think it fits the subject matter perfectly. So, what would it take for Akiba Rangers to be recognized as an official Sentai to and fulfill their dreams? Hmm. I don't know. I think that's what makes Akiba Rangers so cool is that it's not recognized as official Sentai, so the fans treat it as such. So it's like a cult classic. So that's where it gets all its love from, the fans like that. Um, I think like the best thing about that show is that it's not considered official Sentai because in our hearts we all know it's supposed to be. Um, favorite Super Sentai teams go Kaijers. Um, your favorite non-Toku YouTuber and favorite Toku YouTuber. This question was skipped twice. I'm sorry, Glass. I've been rolling through these bad boys and just kind of moving down back and forth. My favorite non-Toku YouTuber is the Game Grumps. And my favorite Toku YouTuber is Lambo Calrissian. No, I'm kidding. I don't have one. I like everybody really good because they all bring something different to the table. So it's hard to say who's who. Who do I like who about Toku tubers and stuff. Um, sorry about that for skipping you again, Glass. I don't know what's going on with me today. What's your favorite Gaia memory, or if you could make your own, what would it be? I like Joker as a condensed one, and I did like Weather, but I take that back because I really like Nazca. Nazca is like one of my personal favorites too. And if I could make one, I want it to be like Joker but Ace. I want it to be like similar to Joker, but it'd be like offset version of it. It had like Ace had like the ability to use all the weapons of Steel and Trigger. It was like Joker, but not really. Yoshimitsu's main costume in 7 kind of looks like Juno from. I said the same thing, but it'd be really cool if we got that costume from Shikenja. How do you think? How did you think of the name Lambo Calrissian? So, Juza. Yeah, it was Juza. I don't know why I said Juno. Juno was a good movie though. Watch it. It's pretty good. So I got the name Lambo Calrissian. So backstory: a long time ago, when I lived in Japan in Kadena, there was this thing, or Kadena on Okinawa, excuse me. There was this thing there called drunk white girls, and when drunk white girls get drunk, they say things about me. So, my first name, my real name, I'm gonna say my it was a play on my first name. And because a song came out called Mercy, and then Lamborghini, my first name. happened from there. And then it was like I got called like Lamborghini Percy, and that was just my name on Instagram for a long time. And then Lamborghini just got no, more like stuff I started doing stuff on got shorter. So it was like went from like Lamborghini Percy to like Lamborghini P to like Lambo P, and then it just went by Lambo, and that was just the name I had on the internet for a long time. And Calrissian just sounds really smooth, and I like Lando's character from Star Wars, so I always refer to myself as the poor man's Donald Glover. And then when I found out he was doing the young Lando Calrissian, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So Lambo Calrissian, that's how I got the name. Why do you like Stronger's inflatable shoulder pad suits? I don't know. They look cool to me though. I'm a weirdo. Who's your favorite special form? I don't have one. Question mark? I don't know, honestly. Um I'm kidding. You are the only one that I care about, so special form 12, you're the best. So O's combos, 3 of them. I would have hmm. Oh, I would want to make like a manticore. So I would do like lion. The head would be like the wings. So like eagle. I would steal lion, and I would steal like I would steal lion, and I would steal not hawk but I would still do shoe up top, and then my legs would be scorpion. So it would be shoe rayon sasori. So shuraso. Oh, or shuraso. Okay, who's your comrade waifu? Um, I don't have one at this moment, Fire Fury. I don't know the answer to that one, sir, but when I get back, I'll give you an answer when I get back to you on that. For monster theme ones, the red one would be the only non-monster. So the blue would be a werewolf, kind of like Okami Blue is now, or whatchamacallit was. White would be the mummy, green would be Frankenstein, pink would be a harpy, gold would be a goblin, and the red ranger should be Van Helsing. He should be a monster hunter. He should come from a long line of monster hunters. Opinions on Marco. I like Marco. He's really cool. Marco is one of those guys who just kind of does what he wants to, and you kind of have to respect him for that. If he doesn't like something, he'll let you know. So he's one of I can tell he's like one of those guys. Like he just likes doing content. He appreciates it, but he doesn't like bullshit. But he likes to kind of like fuck with you a little bit, and it's not bad. It's not like a bad kind of fuck with you, but he definitely wants to let you know, hey, I'm just gonna fuck with you. But it's I would say it's out of love, but he's pretty cool. All the times I've talked to him, he's a pretty cool guy. Best comrade Ichigo colors were blue with the pink eyes, green, red eyes, silver, red hand gloves, 2 lines, which makes no sense at all. Rukuko from the original. Special Form 12 hit me with the Jap. The Japanese language. Jap is very offensive. Don't ever call anybody Japanese a Jap. That is very mean. I need you to translate for me, big fella. I haven't done hiragana, katakana in a long time. Is it me? Is it just me to think that Kamen Rider Fuma does just like Kamen Rider Kim Kimura since the trailer? I see Fuma quoting, "Those who disturb heaven will be eliminated." By the means, Fuma is a security system. By meaning the Fuma is a security system. Well, which is that's a play on words because Fuma is also like a ninja group and stuff like that. And if you know anything about like the Fuma no Kotaro series, you can kind of see where the heaven stuff comes from. What weapon types would you like to be represented more in Toku? I'd like to see a rival with Tomp weapons. That'd be pretty cool. Like if we get a lot more martial arts type guys, that'd be pretty cool. I would like to see more like Fumas are really cool because we're gonna see a ninja Sentai member. Not a Sentai member, but a ninja rider. So I'd like to see more ninja rider stuff. So oh, I thought you lived in Japan. So I just asked if you knew Japanese. Oh, snap. I do, but I haven't done it in a long time. I haven't like spoke to anybody in Japanese for a very long time. And I haven't done katakana hiragana in a very, very long time. So It's like Japanese is one of the languages that if you don't work on it, you'll forget it very fast if there's nobody there to teach it with you. In fact, that's why you take Japanese classes for so long, from like as a kid to now. Opinions on Toku Time / Easy Writer. I haven't seen a lot of Easy Writer or Toku Time stuff, but from what I've seen, they're pretty cool. Oh, so my favorite Sentai villain faction. I don't know if they're called the Gendoshu and Shikenja, but I really like them. Least favorite show. Showa, Heisei, and Neo show. Ghost is Neo. Heisei would be Hibiki because of the change. No, Kiva. Take that back, Kiva. I like Hibiki, but Hibiki I was very on offenses with. And Showa shows, of all the ones that I've seen, I would say it would be Super One, just because I haven't seen a lot of Super One. But of the ones I watched, it was the least ones on that. Opinions on Japanime. Not a whole lot of stuff about him. I never really just watched any of his stuff. I do a lot of Toku stuff, but like I don't know. Sometimes I just don't really like follow a lot of people, and it's not that I don't follow. I follow the big people because they're big, but I do. I just don't really like stray away from a lot of people. Like I just kind of stick with a certain group of people and roll with them. But I will try stuff new. But I just don't really get out and venture like that. Like I kind of stay in my little bubble a little bit. And if people want to reach out to me, people reach out to me. That's how that works. I know that sounds kind of like facetious, but I don't want it to be. I don't want it to sound like that I feel like I'm better than anybody and kind of this kind of stuff, but it's just that's my thought process. That's it. What are my opinions on an insect Sentai team? I'm down for it. I'll watch it. I'll totally watch the Sentai team. Kabuto did it right, so why can't we get more like that? Besides Black and Black RX intro, Black being the best Showa intros. I think that's hard because you already said I had to take out Black and Black RX, and those are definitively the best ones. What is your favorite Latin dance? I like the samba, and I also like the cha-cha. One of my favorite songs to dance to is because I got a friend who's teaching me a lot of dance hall kind of music. Is Yo No Sé Mañana, and I like that song, and I like dancing to that. What writers would you like to see crossover with each other? I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that, Fire Fury. I kind of just like him to like the small things, like the Excel with Drive was pretty cool. But if it's something very similar to something along those lines, I'll definitely check that out. Like, so, have you seen any Showa Sentai? I have. Jetman is my favorite Showa, but like Jetman's like definitively the best Showa series. So, Android versus Apple. I have a Samsung phone, sir. I'll let you answer that one. Yo No Sé Mañana is a really good song. It sure is. Do you want a Star Trek S show with Super Sentai? Yeah, there are recent Sentai, but I actually want actual sci-fi in it that doesn't take place on Earth, mostly Japan. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. If you made your own Sentai mecha, what things would you combine to make it? First of all, I have to figure out what the motif of like my whole Sentai team would be, and I don't think I could do that because all the cool things have been, or quote unquote cool things have been used. I don't know. That's a hard one. Weirdo, and just always refer back to like my lion peacock mix. Gao lion and Gao peacock, and form something from that with like Gao swordfish next to it or something like that. I can't think of a good one, Special Form 12. I apologize. Can you describe yourself using Tokusatsu characters? I can. Why do fans call the era Showa Heisei and Neo Heisei? So Showa, believe it or not, is actually a Japanese term for a time frame. Like the 80s and 90s are considered Showa. And the 2000s is like what we call the 2000s is what they call Heisei era, and Neo Heisei era is moving into beyond that. Neo is a word that just means upper or beyond or higher than. So that's why we refer to it as that. To answer Special Forms question, I am a mixture between the way. So question Special Form 12. Do I have like specifically? Can I use There is no such thing as Neo Heisei. You're absolutely right, but like the term kind of sticks, and if the shoe fits, wear it. I have not seen. Have I seen Super Sentai Go Rangers? I have not seen all of Go Rangers. And opinions on Drive. I did like Drive, and my favorite Drive type was Dead Heat, but I didn't see a lot of Dead Heat. Going back to Special Form 12, we're still in the Heisei era until the Emperor of Japan dies and a new era begins. That's facts. That is definitely facts. But Neo Heisei is like a good way to what's the word I'm looking for? To, if that makes sense. Like because Decade kind of was like a quote unquote wrap up for it. It's like how like they do it in DC post crisis and stuff like that. When they do like post crisis, pre crisis, and stuff like that. When there's like a big change that happens within like the not continuity, but like a big change happens within the franchise, they do something like that. It's like when they retcon stuff like DC's New 52, DC Rebirth. That's what I think of Neo Heisei as, at least. My favorite Sentai villainess is, all of them have been like green for some strange reason, but I don't know. My favorite is what's her name from I like the vampire chicks from Maji Danger. Opinions on watermelons on Getsu. It's not regular melons on Getsu. Neo Heisei is just a fan made Toku turn distinguished the people to post. Yeah, that's what I said. And like I said, it's just like one of those things where it's like I said, the best way to describe it is like how they do in comic books. Like, oh, this is all the writers from this era, like post Decade or pre Decade or something like that. Instead of saying post Decade, pre Decade, but like, you can kind of tell like Neo Heisei writers because all of them have a quote unquote gimmick, and I kind of help separate the two. So because it looks fake, but it feels somewhat real. Mine is, I said, Showa Heisei Neo best effects. Mine is Showa because it looks fake, but it feels somewhat real. Understandable. Do you link the leader of Dark Matter will get a sad back? I hope not. I hope he's just a dick. I just hope he's an evil dick. I don't want to have to relate and feel bad for him. I just want him to be an asshole, and they beat him, and we're like, yay. But Special Form 12. A question about that whole describing myself with Toku characters. Can I do 2 parts? Do you want me to do one specifically with Kamen Riders or specifically with Super Sentai? If you had abilities of a Kamen Rider final form, which one would it be? Hyper Clock Up. That was easy. Hyper Clock Up. And I told you I'm not really a huge fan of watermelons on Getsu, Glowfrost. I said I'd rather just have just regulars on Getsu. It's big and it's like cool. I got a Gatling gun for a shield, but whatever. Just give me a sword. I would be double extreme just so I can know everything there is to know. And you would think I would have said double extreme because I feel like that guy is like super, super strong. I'm actually thinking about doing a couple of videos called you can merge the two or do each, whatever one works. Okay. But I think that like you would think I would do double extreme because it's like double's my favorite writer, but I would actually I'm actually working on videos where I would talk about like rider powers like that. Like I would go over how hyper clock up is fucking broken, or how the knowledge of everything is absolutely broken, or how like Kiwami arms, access to every weapon is broken. Ugliest rider costume is Ghost. And right behind it is regular Kiva. Okay, if I can merge, you can merge the two or do one of each. So if I had to say me in like in Sentai, is that I feel if I did rider stuff, I feel like I'm as cool. I feel like I'm as cool as I feel like I'm as cool as Narumi Sokichi, but in all honesty, I'm Shotaro. But it mixing with the Sentai stuff is that like at my moments when I'm introducing to people, I'm very edgy. I'm very cold and quiet. But when you get to know me, I'm like very Daigo-esque. I would say I'm a lot like Daigo. I'm like if Daigo was like a really hyper black kid, I would be Daigo. Ugliest red costumes Ghost. Do you like the original Shocker suit with the face paint and includes females in it and it disappears from the show? Seeing shocker suits with face. I mean, they were okay. Like I like all forms of art, so like if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. I don't have anything against it. Personally, I didn't was a huge fan of it, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. What are your opinions on Kamen Rider Heart? That don't have a lot of information on Heart, so I don't know. But from his designs and stuff, I think he's pretty cool. My favorite ghost form icon, Damashi. None of Ghost's forms interest me. I like Spectre better. And of his, I think it's Deep Spectre. If you could choose any historical figure to be a Damashi, who would it be? It would be a tie between it's arguable because Gilgamesh is considered like a fictional yet real person, but I don't know. I would like to have Alexander the Great if he hasn't been done already. Thought on Genesis' sad backstory. Genesis. I'm indifferent about it. Only memers will get this reference. It's every day, bro. How about the Die Shocker costume suits? They were okay. It is said that Lucky was a survivor from another planet from his world. That wasn't truly a constellation. That means his name wasn't even Lucky. From maybe he changed his name to Lucky. Because he felt like it worked for him. But I think I feel like the Alexander Grey one was in it. So it would be somebody like who was very powerful at war. So that would be mine. Like somebody we know who was like really good at war. Like old school war, like Romans and stuff like that. Like not Socrates, that'd be dumb. But to answer the Lucky question, maybe so. Maybe like he was from, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I have to think about on that one. The purple suit. Yeah, it was really goofy though. Opinions on Ultra Q. I don't have any about that one. Genghis Khan probably. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. The Mongols had the largest empire in history, and John Green had some of the best plugs when he did Crash Course History. I was a huge fan of that. When he talked about the Mongols and he had like the random like cutscenes in it. If you guys don't know anything about Crash Course History, check it out. John Green's pretty cool guy. I like him. The Mongols. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. The Mongols as the Mongols would be sick. That'd be cool. If you could add a sixth ranger to a team that doesn't have one, which team would you pick and what color would it be? Abade, I'd do Abade Rangers, and I would do not a Abade killer, but because he kicked a bucket, but I would want like an Abade in there who can control all the other guys. So he kind of could use Abade Max. And I would want him to be gold. Probably gold. My favorite cartoon? Man, that's a hard one. I have too many. I have too many favorite cartoons. If it's my favorite cartoon that I'm watching right now, I'm trying to play catch up with Steven Universe, and I like it. I really like Steven Universe. I don't like Kamen Rider Gio's movie because it doesn't feel like a Kamen Rider episode. It needs to focus on Takashi. Let's like this, the development, then Ghosts. Yeah, that would have been cool. Do you have faith Saban will do a good adaptation of Q Ranger? I mean, they did a really bad job with Super Mega Force, but they kind of made themselves up a little bit for. I heard with Dino Charge, but I'm on the fences about it. So I would have to see how Ninja Steel goes, and then we'll go from there. If you could shoot anything out of the Duck Hughes Rengetsu Bazooka, what would you imagine to finish the enemy? It depends on who my enemy is. And that question was kind of vague. If it was like somebody I really like, somebody I really didn't like, my favorite crystal gem. Does fusions count? No offense, but when it comes to this, no offense, but when will this stream end? Probably in like another 10 minutes. I'll be out of here too. I got some stuff I need to take care of too. I'm just having a lot of fun talking to you guys. Wow, you guys are still going. Yeah, we're gonna be out of here pretty soon. So sorry this is like super long. You guys keep asking me questions, and I'm like, hey, I'll keep going. When everybody's done, I'm done. But we'll be out of here like shortly. And to answer your question, it would be Garnet. Garnet, Glowfrost. My favorite would be not. She's still considered a fusion, so that's why I would ask about Garnet. If you had a chance to defend the stronger, if you had a chance to defend the stronger with Sentai Review, who they hated, would you do a crossover? I mean, if the facts, I mean, I'm not gonna say like I can't say what you will like versus what you don't like because some people still like Ghost, and I'm not mad at anybody who likes Ghost. I thoroughly didn't like it, but I won't say like, oh well, if you like Ghost, you're like something wrong with you, and that's why this community. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that kind of guy. If Samus Verisar would make a good Rider suit, it would make a good Sentai suit. It would make a good Metal Hero suit. If Laser Zero is a man and Laser One is a man, but Laser Two is a bike, and level 3 is a man, and level 5 is a bike. Why? Because screwed logic. If you could do a crossover with Special Form 12, what would the type of video be? Depends. If it's my video, I would ask him what he's really good at, and I would highlight all of his stuff. If he wanted to do a bunch of clips where we just took previews and I got the voice dub and just do like the stereotypical excited black dude voice over all of it, that would be fun too. Are you a fan of Mega Man? If so, what game is your favorite? X. Mega Man X is definitively my favorite Mega Man game of all time. If you could create an OC Crystal Gem, what would it be? It would probably be from my Gemstone Alexandrite if that doesn't exist. I haven't like caught up officially with Steven Universe, but if Alexandrite is not one used as an OC crystal, if it's not exist as a crystal gem right now, I would do Alexandrite. And Alexandrite would be a lot like Steven. He would be a boy. He would be like a boy who can tap into like his mom's powers. Will you do a crossover with Sentai Review? Because I would like to see your knowledge in their costume review. I don't know. I have to check out some of their stuff and feel like if they're something I like. Alexandria already exists as a fusion. Crap. I would have to do some research on some gems then, and then I'll have to get back to you on that one because I haven't, like I said, I'm not super caught up with the show all the way, but I do like it. A Sentai review can be very confusing or shock, and Sentai review become very confusing and shock. I don't know. Well, it's something I have to do. I think I need to flex my Sentai knowledge a lot more in the community before I decide to do something like that. Even with the Kamen Rider stuff too, but I don't know. I've been a Ghost type trainer for as long as I can remember. I think Fusion in Steven Universe is based off the Gym Knights and Yu-Gi-Oh! If it is, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. And then the Gym Knights got their inspiration from a mixture apparently between, I heard like the Gym Knights got their mixture between the Crystal Beast and the Elemental Hero. So the thing about Sentai Review is that they review the costumes and they hated it because they didn't watch the show. Oh, okay. Well, they need to step their game up and watch the show. Should Toei make a new Metal Hero series for Amazon Prime like they did for Kamen Rider Amazon? It depends. Figure out what worked for them, what was a good series, and then roll from there. I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They could probably do a Space Sheriff if they wanted to. If Title Fantasy was based off an original Final Fantasy series, what would the game be based off of? 4, because that's what one with Cecil was in. If you rebooted the original series, which would be very good than the movies, how would you approach it? Well, I would do a lot of, not a whole lot, but I would want to do, if I could do a series, it would be a whole lot of like Arrow-esque flashbacks, if that makes sense. If is anybody a fan of Arrow, I would want to kind of do like how Takashi became, this guy in a series of flashbacks throughout the series, kind of keep a dual story going on. Okay, I just made a video that may or may not involve your birthday in some way or another. Possible. Maybe, kind of. Hey, stop. What are your thoughts on the Black Panther teaser? Black Panther is my my second favorite superhero of all time. I'm super excited for it. My biggest fear is, and I'm going to bring this, and this is going to be a little racial. So hold on to this. Hold on to your seats because this might get a little racial. Black Panther is going to be really great. The problem is that what's going to ruin that movie, and that has the potential to ruin that movie, is the unnecessariness of African Americans, and I'm saying it right now. And I love my black people, obviously, because I'm black. So I I think that that movie is going to be fantastic. It's coming out at a perfect time in Black History Month, but all the unnecessary racial memes and all the other things about that and all this unnecessary stuff is going to make that movie be bitter for people. And I don't want that ever. I never want to see that. I want this movie to be fun and for everybody. So I don't want like some kind of SJW movement where like, oh, you're white, you can't like Black Panther because you're a white guy. Technically, we're not even supposed to like Black Panther because he's African, and African people don't even like Black people like that. Well, Black Americans. So that's my thought process on it. I think Black Panther is going to be awesome. I own his #1 comic, but I just think that people are going to ruin this. I just finished the episode with Smoky Quartz. I think that's it. Yeah, Smoky Quartz. If you were a Garangi leader, what would you do? And for me, I wouldn't want to be an N. Actually, if I was any of the Garangi, I would be a Raw. I'd rather be a judge. And Henshin Pulse could be N, and I'll be cool with that. Why is Black Puma from Go Busters getting an American movie? Because it's time for some American transition, Rico. Do you like Nigo replacing Takashi? Not really. I like it in the sense that like it's a baton pass, but I wouldn't want like Nigo replacing Takashi if that makes sense. Like I would like Nigo to take the forefront. It would be like a Green Arrow Speedy type deal. That's what I like. It's kind of like Batman Robin Green Arrow Speedy type deal. I wonder how the Crystal Gems would think of Master Diamond or Diamond Brilliant. That would be pretty crazy to see. That'd be pretty crazy to see. But I think we're gonna go ahead and call it, guys. We've been on since like 7-ish, and we're still going. Last question, and then I think we're gonna call it. If you had your own drive type, where would you place your tire? Probably the same way Drive Keeps is, or like Chase Keeps is on his back. Are there any franchises that would work as Toku? I don't have a really strong one right now for that one, but like I think we're gonna go ahead and call it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I don't think I have anything in the description. Usually about my normal stuff. I'll go ahead and probably edit that, but yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on my birthday. Hopefully I'll have a video out for you guys Friday. And yeah, keep calm, Toku on, and thanks for the birthday wishes. Live stream may be random, who knows? But thanks, guys.